Hello, everyone, and welcome to Severino Field on the campus of Rockhurst High School, just on the east side of State Line Road in the beautiful state of Missouri. Jonathan Pulasic calling the play-by-play for you tonight. Toriano Porter fresh into the booth. Very, very excited to first call a game with Toriano, and Faith Matthews will be running the camera tonight for this broadcast on 810varsity.com. Glad you guys could tune in for the 1-0, it's been a while since we've said that, 1-0 Blue Springs South Jaguars, making that long 25-minute drive across town, taking on the Hawklets of Rockhurst High School. Coming in at 0-1, a tough week last week against Ray-Pec, losing a second-half lead. But tonight, these two teams will take the field to see if Rockhurst can get the first win or if Blue Springs South can have the hot start. So I'm going to welcome in Toriano. Welcome, sir. How are you?
I'm doing great. I can't think of any place I'd rather be than here on Friday night.
Oh, it's a good time. I was here last year. I was fortunate enough to call games for Rockhurst last year, and regardless of the record, these fans and the student section, they always tend to show up for their Rockhurst Hawklets. So, again, they're looking for their first win behind the arm of Ethan Hansen. Hansen last week against Ray-Pec, 6 of 17, 141 yards and 2 touchdowns. And their rushing game is what Rockhurst is known for. They were held to 122 yards on the ground while giving up 192 to Ray-Pec.
Interesting thing about this matchup tonight, Blue Springs South, of course, Kelly Donahoe from Blue Springs, his previous job. Even before Kelly Donahoe got here, Blue Springs South and Rockhurst put together some classic games over the years. So I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah, absolutely. So throughout the week, Alan Wilmus, the new head coach of the Jags, said, well, I got one of the top 3 jobs on the Missouri side whenever he took the job at Blue Springs South from Park Hill South. He gave these names as the 3 premier: Rockhurst, Blue Springs South, and Blue Springs. And so to Toriano, to your point, I would say he's excited. He told me throughout the week in an email that there's not a better matchup in his mind than these two teams here on this Friday night here early in the season.
And you got to think about it. No one wants – well, Rockhurst doesn't want to start this season off 0-2. It's tough to dig yourself out of that, even though the way districts is set up, it doesn't have a bearing on district play. You just don't want to start this season off 0-2.
Absolutely. Yeah, it is crucial to get off to a good start just in general. For Alan Wilms, he took a Park Hill South team that was not good 2 years ago, took him to an above 500 season in his second year as head coach, and then 11-1 last year before leaving Park Hill South to go to Blue Springs South. So he's hoping for the same type of turnaround for the Jags this season. It's not going to be easy. I mean, looking at their schedule, they got Park Hill, Ray-Pec, Grain Valley, very formidable as well, coming up here in the month of September. But to be fair, both of these teams play tough teams all the time, right?
All the time. That's why I laughed at you. I'm like, what else is new, right?
Every year.
That's why you have the premier programs here. Rockhurst, Blue Springs South here tonight. That's why you have premier programs. They play the tough schedules.
And that's probably, if I had to guess, Toriano, is why these teams are the ones that are most feared by, like, the St. Louis side of the state. Whenever you meet them in the playoffs, there's just something about Rockhurst, Blue Springs South, Blue Springs that kind of gives you a little tingle down the back, like, oh, no, we got to play them. So we'll certainly see how these teams shake out throughout the season. Tommy Sisper will be one of the captains tonight, as well as Jackson Oldham, also Pete Berry, and Bryce Middleton for the Hawklets. Cash Parker out there for the Jags, as well as Tommy Lepore. And Peyton Osborne, didn't get the last number, 54, I believe, is going to be Noah Macias for the captains. And just one thing of note, before we got on air, Phil Strompoli, the referee that you see just to the left of the players there, he is refereeing his last game of a 53-year career. Toriano, I don't know how old you are, but do you imagine doing something the same way for 53 years?
Man, hats off to this. I'm going to say young man. Hats off to this young man. Absolutely not. I cannot imagine. But I'll tell you this. My experience with high school sports goes back about 35 years. And when I was coming up in St. Louis, one of the teams that we always feared was Jeff City. And then you had Blue Springs in the 90s.
Yep.
And then you can get to the 2000s, Blue Springs South took off. But Tony Severino and Rockhurst was always what I'll say, on our list. So I grew up understanding the dynamics between St. Louis and
absolutely.
KC. And it's some fun football played on this side of the state, I have to tell you.
I want to know more about your St. Louis background as we go along because I'm from Texas, and this is all new to me as far as this type of rivalry across the state. Texas had some very small town rivalries, and then the bigger schools. But this type of cross-state rivalry is truly something new between St. Louis and Kansas City.
Hey, man, I'll tell you, I've been in Kansas City for the last 15 years living, and I still don't understand it. I haven't cracked that code. If I crack that code, I'm going to run for governor.
Well, then you'd be in Jeff City.
There you have it.
I love that. Okay, so Rockhurst wins the toss. They're going to receive the football to start off the game. And we're going to get our first chance to see this Rockhurst offense led by Kelly Donahoe, the head coach. Again, trying to turn this program back to its old ways, to say the least.
I'm looking for some big-time football tonight. Just want to see these young guys come out, put some pads on, pop some people, make names for themselves, make big plays. I'm a football fan, so I want to introduce myself to some kids tonight. I want them to introduce themselves to me.
Yeah, all right, let's do it, Toriano. So, again, this is the second game on the schedule. Blue Springs South 1-0, and Rockhurst 0-1. Back deep to return Aiden Ryan and Micah Oder. Fun story about Micah Oder I will tell you a little bit later on. And Jack Brickhouse will be doing the kickoff duties. From the right side of your screen to the left side of your screen, a beautiful evening here in Kansas City for week 2 of Missouri high school football. 82 degrees at kickoff, and Brickhouse puts the right foot into it, end over end, and is going to be taken at the 5, still on the ground. Here we go. So ball's picked up across the 10 and spun down. So Rockhurst going to be starting their first drive from the 15-yard line.
Coach going to look at that on film. Excellent coverage.
Good coverage and good kick. To be fair, it's hard to get a ball to stop, not go out of bounds, not go into the end zone. So a tough one to start for Rockhurst. Again, Ethan Hansen coming into his second year as a starter. Came over from Bishop Miege, 6 of 17, 141 yards last week. And we're going to see their offense and their big offensive line come out on first down and 10, looking straight in to that setting sun as Micah Oder is a couple yards back behind Hansen in the formation. Handoff right side, and not a lot going on until he breaks a tackle and picks up about 6. Hey, there's some good running there.
That's a nice
run.
I was going to say, that's a nice run.
A takedown there by 72, Jose Jenkins for Blue Springs South. So off and running. It's going to be second down and about 4 yards for the Hawklets. This time we're going to have 2 wide receivers over to the left side. Not a lot of use here in this Rockhurst offense, but an offset eye. Hansen with the pitch over to the left, and a great play in the backfield as a flex comes through. That is Cooper Carpenter in the backfield for the Jags, and a tackle for loss of 2 there for Rockhurst.
Good penetration, good read, that toss sweep. So I was taking a look at the roster. I always like to look at the coaching staffs, and oh my God, these coaching staffs are stacked.
They're huge, aren't they? I mean, they have so many storied head coaches on them as well. I mean, that's what you're getting at this level, right? It's unbelievable between Rockhurst and Blue Springs South. This third down and 6, and Hansen's going to roll out right, gets a good block, drops it off into the flat and up across the 25 to the 28.
He had a man there leaking out, the wide receiver number 1, Sisper. He was leaking out, but he went underneath. That's a good play. Moved the chains, first down.
And Vince White is the recipient of that one. So far a 4-play drive, resulting in the first down of the game, I should say. And Rockhurst moving.
You never want to go 3 and out. That's a good play. That's a good play.
That's a confidence booster. Rockhurst, again, in that game last week against Ray Peck, they had the lead going into the second half and gave it up. But you're seeing some resiliency right now. I formation behind Hansen, a couple of pulling linemen from the left side to Oder, and Oder is wrestled down. Ball did not come out. We saw some signals there from South, but second down nonetheless. And good defense there. Coming up to make the stop is Jack Brickhouse.
I see you, Jack. I see you, Jack. That's a nice tackle.
I want to know if Jack grew up on a ranch or something. Because that was a hog tie, pulled him down to the ground. I don't know. Maybe my Texas side's showing there, Toriano.
No, I'm sure he's going to be on the wrestling mat here in the wintertime.
I'll say not a bad tackle there. No gain for Rockhurst as Hansen sends two receivers to the top of your screen on a second down and 10. Hansen barking out the calls, tight end to the right as well. Going pitch left again to Oder. Oder this time with a little bit of a hole before again being dropped backwards as Peyton Osborne is there to bring him down.
The coaches like to say set the edge and keep everything on the inside, and that was a great example of that.
Pick up a 4 is going to be third down and 6 coming up for the Hawklets. A new couple of players coming in. That includes Aiden Ryan. Ryan is that kind of interchangeable running back. He got plenty of carries last week as well. Ryan led the team with 36 yards rushing. So now he is going to be in the backfield with Ethan Hansen.
They're going to have to watch that clock, that 25. They got it off.
They did get it off. It's QB draw. Hansen up the middle. First down and more. Up across the 45 to the 50. Gets a blocker and shoved out of bounds at the 45. Again, Brickhouse on the tackle. But good patient running there, Toriano.
That's the way to make something out of nothing.
I mean, Hansen is one of those guys. He's sneaky fast. Last week he had only 18 yards, but did have a rushing touchdown. There, a pickup of 16 and a first down for the Hawklets.
I was a little worried they weren't going to get the playoff, but they got it off with about 2 seconds left on the play clock. You're having a good drive here. You don't want to go backwards.
Yeah, and so far, a pretty clean game. No flags. I want to knock on wood for those of you at home watching on 810varsity.com. Hansen with Ryan to the left side, hands it off and keeps his feet, but just gets back to the line of scrimmage before he's taken down by Riley Dowler. Again, a first down play that has no gain. Maybe give him a 1.5 feet. The Rockhurst PA announcer gives him 1 yard. It looks like about a foot gained. But this Blue Spring South defense, it seems to be getting to the ball. I mean, to be fair, they've given up a couple first downs, but they're flying around at a much higher rate than I've seen them in the past.
Jonathan, you're reading my mind. I was going to say the white team's swarming. I love to see the white jerseys and the blue hats to the ball, all 11.
So we got two receivers up to the top of your screen. That's Tommy Sisper at the very, very top. Hansen out of the shotgun, gets the snap, and it's another handoff. This time some room over to the right side. Across the 30, inside to the 25, before he's taken down by Brickhouse, and that is Aiden Ryan again for the carry for the Hawklets.
Hey, had he gave Brickhouse the shake, he probably could have got into the end zone, but I like the effort on that. That's a great play. Hey, her center is going to have to get his snaps down a little bit. They're throwing the timing off.
Yep.
But that's what I would call nitpicking.
Yeah,
this is a good drive, right?
It's a good drive, but to be fair, that's always what head coaches think, right?
Yeah.
What can we clean up?
Yeah.
And so right now, Rockhurst is threatening, about to get to the shady part of the field at the 25-yard line of the Jags. Hansen, shotgun.
I like that.
Screen over to the left side.
I like that.
He has some blockers and pickup of about 9 for Tommy Sisper.
Number 1 showing up. He's showing up on this drive. He's showing up.
So Rockhurst is not known for their passing. But if you can effectively get that going, what does it do? It opens up that running game, right?
Balance. Everything is about balance. You have to have it. If they tee off on the run game, you have no passing game, you have no shot.
So, again, a good drive. This is going to be the 10th play of the Rockhurst drive.
You can't draw this up any better unless you're Andy Reid.
A good amount of clock taken off as well. This drive getting close to 6 minutes. Hansen, play action, rolling right, has a receiver inside the 5.
That's
touchdown. Rockhurst. That is Colton Wimoff with the reception from Ethan Hansen. 16-yard touchdown, and Rockhurst strikes first blood.
You can't ask for a better opening drive. You can't ask for a better opening drive. How many plays? 11?
That was the 10th play.
10th play? 10th play drive.
That was
deep. They started off deep in their own territory there.
Yes, they did. 85 yards.
85 yards, yep. I was going to say 87, but 85. Absolutely. Great drive.
85 yards, and Colin Fitzgerald on for the extra point. The hold by Carter Graham. Straight into the sun, low snap, well hold, and we're up and good. It's 7-0 Rockhurst. We're going to take our first break of the season, and we'll be right back on 810varsity.com. Welcome back to Severino Field. It is 7-0 Rockhurst, still in the first quarter. We got 5 minutes and 13 seconds off the clock on that 10-play, 85-yard drive.
Blue Springs South, we're going to see how they respond.
They are a heavy passing team. The kickoff end over end sails into the end zone. Well kicked. Logan Kukler there on the touchback.
These are what you call all positive plays, all positive things. Like we said, 10-play drive, 85 yards. You get the touchdown. You get the extra point. Now you get these guys booting kickoffs out the end zone. Let's see what the defense can do here.
So we see our first look at Cash Parker. Cash Parker is the returning starter for the Blue Springs South Jags. Again, Hansen on that drive, by the way, for Rockhurst. 3 of 3. 35 yards and the touchdown. So here comes Cash Parker.
I'm going to get cliches on you.
You can certainly do that. Parker with the play action and in and out of the hands. Incomplete. Had it there was Malachi Howard, and the ball drops incomplete.
Anybody with a name like Cash, they're going to have to come up money in a big game. It's going to be interesting to see what this kid does here throughout the night, but especially in the fourth quarter when it's really money time.
Parker, shotgun snap, out routes to Malachi Howard, and he's going to shuffle his way for about a gain of 20 and a first down for Blue Springs South.
Pitch and catch, pitch and catch. Coach likes that.
I mean, there's a tremendous difference in these offenses. Rockhurst likes running the ball, chewing the clock, and look at Blue Springs South. They're already up on the ball. First and 10 from the 37-yard line of their own. This one a swing pass, and well read there by Bryce Middleton. Middleton, known for his interceptions, that would have been a house call.
Bryce, way to put your foot in the ground and drive on that ball. That's a great play, son.
I mean, on that outside, that was a risky screen throw to Davion Stokes, and it fell incomplete. So it's going to be 2nd and 10, 37-yard line again for the Jags, wearing their all white with the blue helmets. As Cash Parker calls out the cadence, gets the helmet high snap. This time we're going back to the same play.
They're jumping
and dropped for a loss. That's Colton Wimoff on the hit, and the reception by Tommy Lepore as a loss of about 5 yards is what that chain gang is doing over there. Loss of 6. We have 3rd down and 16.
Blue Springs South must have been showing some tendencies on tape. And Rockhurst DBs are jumping those routes. Watch for the pump and go.
All right, let's see it. Can he call it early? Toriano calling the pump and go. 3rd and 16 for the Jags. Play action, looking across the middle. Has a receiver in and out of his hands. Another drop. That one's Kason Stevenson.
They drew it up. Nice play action. Couldn't come down with the ball. That's good effort. But great job by the Rockhurst defense to force this punt.
So, again, the crazy thing is, Toriano, is, like I said, the offense is extremely different. Cash Parker's going to stay into punt, by the way. We got Tommy Sisper and Micah Oder back to return. But only 47 seconds taken off on that drive. This one, a little bit of a wobbly kick down the middle, and taken for a fair catch is Tommy Sisper. So we're one drive apiece, 7-0 Rockhurst. Anything sticking out, Toriano?
Absolutely. Less than a minute they had to punt. That defense was on the field a long time, that opening drive. I don't even think those guys got a chance to get their water break in.
That is the big thing with running up-tempo offense. Can you get enough time to let that defense rest for Blue Springs South? It is 7-0. We'll see our second look and an official timeout here, so we have a little bit more time to chat.
You know what they say when you run that up tempo, completions or incompletions will make or break a drive, and I believe they had 2 or 3 incompletions that drive, especially on third down. Got to make. It was a tough catch.
Yep.
It was a tough catch. I'm not going to say you got to make that catch. It was a tough catch, but you would like to see them convert there just to get their defense a chance to catch their breath. Even though the night is beautiful,
Yep.
and it's beautiful. It's
It
still
is.
a little humid.
Yeah.
And the sun is beaming. These guys probably didn't drink enough fluid because
Yep.
you know young kids
Yep.
think they're Superman.
Absolutely.
Right? And it's probably not as hot as it was in August. We'll see how it affects these guys here coming up as this game progresses.
You know, I love football season. It is one of the most testing times of the year because you're going to play a September game and it's 85 degrees out and you're sweating profusely. And then you're going to get some games later on in October, that late part of October and into playoff time. It's going to get 40, 30 degrees. Then it's all about how can you handle the cold, but that's not the case tonight.
Jonathan, you read my mind all the time. That's why we're in the booth, sir. That's why we're in the booth.
Micah Oder behind Ethan Hansen on this first down carry. And another good chunk play on first down as a pickup of 6. Again, Jack Brickhouse there on the tackle for Blue Springs South. He's pretty impressive. To be fair, I know that he's had to make some weird tackles, but Brickhouse coming out of the safety position, he's been all over the place.
I'm going to tell you, I'm a little partial to DBs, especially ones that come up and fly from that safety position, you know. Takes me back 30, 40 years, reminds me of my younger self. I'm partial and I'm biased, but Brickhouse he's bringing the thump with him today.
There's nothing wrong with being, living that 40 years ago. There's nothing wrong with that. Thinking about that time, it's all good. Hansen with the handoff left side again. Oder this time is drugged down for about a no gain. See who comes out of the pile there. That is Peyton Osborne, who had 6.5 tackles last week for the Jags. Gets the tackle for no gain.
Excellent penetration up front. Everything in football is about line play. We'll talk about the big men up front here as this night goes on, but that was great penetration. Mm-hmm. And what you do is you put these guys in, is it third down here?
Yes.
You put them in a third down situation. Now you have to make a play on the back end.
Third down and short as Hansen sends 2 receivers up to the top. And offset eye over to the right. Again, it is Oder in the backfield. This one straight up the gut and picks up the first down on a carry of 3 to move the chains.
I like that. Forward progress, not forward progress, but everything's upfield, everything's downhill. Get that first down, keep the chains moving.
Occasionally it's all about what we're going to do, but you can't stop it, right? That's how Rockhurst and Blue Springs South won their state titles. It's all about, can you stop us? And as for right now, by the way, Micah Oder, son of Greg Oder, who won a state championship or 2 at Blue Springs South, he has his own storyline. Hansen under center from the Rockhurst 46. Play action, looking, dumping, and up across midfield is 35 Gus Sorensen before he's taken out of bounds there.
Yes, Coach Greg Oder, formerly of Blue Springs South High School. I covered that program for about 3 or 4 years when I was out in the Independence, Missouri, working for the Examiner newspaper. I've had a chance to cover Blue Springs High, Kelly Donahoe as well. Mm-hmm. And, man, let me tell you something. This coaching staff is stacked. I'm looking forward to seeing how Micah does out here. I'm sure he, as they would call, he's a gym rat. I'm sure he's a heck of a football player, and he's showing up tonight as well.
Yeah, he has gotten the bulk of the carries so far. You got second down and 3 from the Blue Springs South 47.
And speaking of them,
hand off to the outside, good cut, and only able to pick up about 3, but looks like enough. Looks like enough to pick up the chains and Trey Patrick in on the stop.
Even though he got that first down, I like the tackle. Nice wrap, put the man down. That's a good job on both sides of the ball. I can appreciate that.
We got 3 minutes and 43 seconds remaining in the first quarter. And again, Rockhurst leading 7-0 and driving once again. This is going to be the 6th play of the drive. Sends a wing back over to the left side and an I formation behind Ethan Hansen. And it's play action, looking and dumping it. Dumping it, and we're going to see no flag.
Here it comes. He has his hand on his back pocket, the black hat.
I say we got the umpire, Robert Ogle, discussing again with Phil Strompoli. There's the first flag of his final game of a 53-year career. And he's going to most likely call intentional grounding here.
Absolutely.
And Ethan Hansen is not having. Neither is Kelly Donahoe. He's saying it was a screen pass. There was a running back out there somewhere, but he threw it about a yard from his foot.
Yeah, that's intentional grounding. You can't do that. You can't do that. That's a great call. I like the official. I like the officials getting together, talking about it a little bit, explaining to coach what's going on. But from up here, you could see it clean as day. That was intentional grounding.
You got Jerry Rauschelbach and Ben Rold as the line judge and linesman, and Breck McPherson, depending upon if you're from Kansas, back judge. I do know that joke. There's no fear in McPherson. So that will be intentional grounding. We'll move it back, and that will be a loss of down as well. So Rockhurst, the first victim of a penalty flag, is going to set them all the way back to their own 43.
When you start talking about this coaching staff, you're talking about well-coached athletes, and so for them just to have this first flag, that's not surprising. It's going to be a well-played, well-coached game. No question about that. These teams and the way these coaches are set up, they're going to rarely beat themselves with penalties.
Looks like a second down and 24. This is where Rockhurst has to open up the playbook a little bit as he sends Miles Carson to the bottom of your screen. Hansen in the shotgun. Just a pure look over to the left. Caught up across midfield to cut it a little bit in half. And that is Colton Wimoff with the reception.
Manageable. He picked up about 8 or 9 yards, right?
Indeed. Pickup of actually 10.
I like it. Even better.
To get it from second and 24 to third and 14.
Manageable?
Manageable-esque is what we'll go with.
Compared to second and 24. So
yeah.
We'll see what they drop. I'll go with a screen here.
Okay.
Blue Spring South is kind of aggressive up front. We'll see what happens, though. Maybe a screen is too predictable in this moment.
Sure. Well, we'll see. We'll see. 2 receivers at the bottom side of your screen as Hansen takes a shotgun snap, bobbles it a bit, still looks downfield, and is going to
Can't do that either.
Get tossed down. Let's get a number here. Number 96 going deep. Will Graham in on the stop for Blue Spring South. They're going to call it incomplete. We'll see. There's a referee meeting once again. It's going to bring up 4th down.
I think they're going to call it incompletion. He was outside the tackle box. A very dangerous play just to throw that ball up. Sometimes when quarterbacks get in trouble like that, the best thing to do is just to eat it.
Hansen is a second-year starter, yep. So Phil Strompoli and the crew decide incomplete pass.
Something good happened for Blue Spring South here. They got to stop.
Everybody a little bit off the mark here on 4th down and 14. It will be a punt situation for Rockhurst.
The Suns playing a havoc on the punter here.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting one. Standing at his own 37-yard line, awaiting the snap. Good snap. Bobbles it and gets the punt away. Back spinning.
He got it off.
Blue Spring South sent the house, and it turned into a decent punt. Downed at the 10-yard line, and a good punt there by Hayden Sprockman. And so let's take a break here. 2:22 to go here in the first quarter. We'll be right back on 810varsity.com. Welcome back. It is 1st down and 10, Blue Spring South from their own 10. This one, the first carry of the game for Mr. Theo Thomas as he fights for about 5 yards and brings up 2nd down and 5.
Good hard run for Theo. Off tackle. They're back at the line.
Hey, off we go. Parker with the handoff once again. Theo thrusting forward for the 1st down. 2 plays and 2 5-yard runs for a 1st down.
I like that lean. I like the lean at the end. Shoulders down, running hard. Good job, number 21.
So Theo Thomas has been very, very good. 5'8", 210 in that backfield next to Cash Parker. This time, 5-step drop, looking down the middle of the field, picked off Bryce Middleton. Middleton's got a blocker in front of him, across the 30, inside the 25, And out of bounds, Cash Parker threw it right to Bryce Middleton, and Rockhurst back in business.
Number 5 is going to show up on tape tomorrow. He's going to show up on tape. That's a great play, big play. Rockhurst has really, really great field position, to say the least, here.
Bryce Middleton has been all over the place for Rockhurst over the past couple years, and he's showing out so far here tonight. Almost a pick 6 earlier, just got the knockdown, and they're picking off Cash Parker to set up his offense with a 1st and 10 from the plus 23-yard line.
Yeah, it doesn't take long to figure out. You have ball players on both sides, guys that make plays, guys that know how to play the game.
So Ethan Hansen back out with an offset eye to the right side, tight end over there as well. And it's a handoff directly to the right side. Busting through, down to the 10, and taken down inside the 10.
Mr. Older.
By Saran Felix.
I like the way the coaches, they say this all the time. Stick your feet in the ground and get upfield. I like the way Mr. Older stuck his foot in the ground and got upfield.
You think this game means anything to him, huh? No kidding.
I'm sure he grew up a ball boy over there.
That's the thing is, talked to one of their former coaches earlier in the week, and he said that he was at their football camps every summer at Blue Springs South. They're a pickup of 16 on first down, and it's 1st and goal for the Hawklets.
I wouldn't doubt if he knows some of those kids over there as well.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt. Handoff left side. It's Oder again inside the 5 before he's taken down. And I think we know Rockhurst's plan, huh? Just
Absolutely.
Hand it to Oder, hand it to Aiden Ryan, and just let him work.
3 clouds in the
3 yards in the cloud of dust.
The spread's been prevalent, so in the last 10, 12 years, I forgot my old saying.
Spread offense has really thrown off Toriano's game.
It's thrown off my game. But no, pound that thing, man. You cannot replicate or duplicate a successful running game. You either have it or you don't.
Indeed. So coming in is Aiden Ryan in the backfield. He goes to the right side of Hansen.
Watch the tight end licking out.
And it's a QB read. It's going to be Ethan Hansen
good block
going for the pylon. Touchdown, Rockhurst. Indeed, a good block there by Mitch Forbes as they get on the board for the second time tonight. It's 13-0 Rockhurst.
That's a great block on the perimeter. That wide receiver, Mitchell Forbes, is his name?
Yes.
That was great.
So it's 13-0, 26 seconds left here to go in the first quarter. And Rockhurst strikes again. They are having themselves a ball game so far. Again, we got Colin Fitzgerald on for the extra point.
I want to make sure I get number 13. His proper respect. That's Miles Carson. That young man had a great block on the perimeter from his wide receiver position. Allowed the quarterback to get in the end zone. Coach is going to love that on tape. The fans love it in real life. It's 14-0.
14-0 with 26 seconds left, so we'll keep it here as we'll take a break at the quarter mark. But Rockhurst doing what it does, gets a turnover, pounds it in, gets it to 14-0. And Blue Springs South going to need to rally here a little bit.
I'll say this. This is why we play 4 quarters. It's going to be interesting to see what transpires over the next 3 quarters. But that's a great way to start off the first, what you would call 12 minutes in high school football.
Yep,
the first
indeed.
12 minutes of the game. You can't draw it up any better than that. 2 long drives, turnover, big plays.
It works. Logan Kuchler, will be kicking off for Rockhurst from his own 40 into the setting sun. And this one is going to be returnable.
Nope.
Who's going to take it? Bounces off the chest and is picked up across the 15 to the 20. Bigger return than they wanted, but made something out of nothing was Davion Stokes. Took it from the goal line to the 31, and Blue Springs South has decent field position to start this third drive for them.
Davion was looking to do something with it. Got it up to the 30. It's a good job.
One of those things where you got to call it, but both guys wanted to return it.
Everyone's trying to make a big play, which is okay, but you want to settle down, settle in, communicate what you got back there, squeeze that thing up. That could have been that could have been
really
problem.
Bad. Could have been deep in the Blue Springs South territory. Yeah. We're going to start off trips left here for Blue Springs South. Cash Parker gets maybe a little redemption drive here after throwing a pick to Bryce Middleton on the last one. His feet stand at the 26-yard line. This one's a handoff. Left side, and good tackle there indeed.
Oh, the ball came out. Oh, they're calling it down. Okay.
Tommy Coppinger is there for the tackle.
That's why you swarm to the ball. Good job, White Hats. That's why you swarm to the ball.
Bryce Reeves with his first carry, and that will take us to the end of the first quarter. It's 14-0 Rockhurst hosting Blue Springs South. You are watching high school football on 810varsity.com. Welcome back to Severino Field, quarter number 2 of action against Rockhurst and Blue Springs. Coming at you here on 810varsity.com. Jonathan Plasek, Toriano Porter doing the color commentary, and Faith Matthews running the camera for you tonight. Hopefully you're enjoying this, if you're in Missouri, a beautiful, beautiful end of summer evening as Cash Parker tries to lead this Blue Springs South Jaguar team down the field. It's going to be second down and 10 from their own 30-yard line.
Big time. Big-time players make big-time plays. Let's see what goes on this one.
And this one's a play-action screen knocked down at the line of scrimmage. Rockhurst, I think they watched some film this week, huh?
Man, they're active. They're jumping routes. They're making life tough for Cash back there. Cash Money, we'll call him. Making them tough on Cash Money. He's going to have to get it going. I don't know what Coach Williams can do over there. They're going to have to get it going.
Yeah, Jackson Oldham there with the knockdown. It's going to bring up third down and 10. 2 receivers to each side. And you got Bryce Reeves in the background just to the left of Cash Parker. Rolling left, rolling, still looking, and got the receiver for a catch and a first down. That is Kason Stevenson with a pickup of 14 and move the chains for the Jags.
Sometimes you just need one completion to get the thing rolling. Let's see what happens here. See if we can string together a couple of completions.
Couple completions here. Cash Parker looking right side this time. In and out of the hands, incomplete of Malachi Howard. That's his second drop on the night. Just having a little bit of an issue watching it all the way in, and it's going to bring up second and 10.
I like the play call, but I'm a little concerned from the throw from that far hash to this near sideline. That's a long way to throw the ball.
It just shows you the confidence. Really, Cash Parker has shown that. He's a senior this year. He wants to go out with a bang. Already 1-0 as this Jaguar team down 14-0. This one's a screen.
Upfield.
To the wide side of the field. Good block on the outside. Pickup of about 9 for Kason Stevenson. And it'll be third down, and we'll call it 1 as there is a Hocklet, Bryce Middleton down and feeling a little gimpy. He's walking it off.
Mm-hmm. Like the rubber band man.
Looks like we have a chop block on the Jags. It's going to set them back. So what was going to be third down and 1 will be a second down and very long.
That's a tough call. I didn't see it, but I see the results. That's a tough call.
Tough call. It's going to result in a second down and 20. So the Jags again behind the chains. Going to have trips over to the right side. Tommy Lepore, by the way, had a massive touchdown catch in their win last week against Lee Summit. He's at the middle of the trips down at the bottom. Looking that direction, coming back for the ball, and in and out of the hands again of Malachi Howard, the senior.
I'm going to have to say that's drop number 3. Good job by number 40 to go over there and talk to his teammate, tell him to get his head up. They're going to need the kid.
Yeah, Tommy Lepore came over. That's a good leadership moment, right?
It's a great leadership moment.
He walked over and he's like, hey, man, head in the game. It's a long, long game. It's Malachi Howard walking through something right now. It's a bunch set to the right for Cash Parker on third down and 20. Again, Rockhurst leading 14-0. Takes the chest-high snap.
You got to do your quarterback a favor, Malachi.
Wide open.
Keep your head up.
Malachi Howard with the redemption catch.
This is why you keep your head up when you're playing the game of football. One play after he drops the ball, he comes back and makes a sweet catch, and that's a beautiful throw by Cash Money. Touchdown.
65 yards from Cash Parker to Malachi Howard. And listen, the assist is going to go to Tommy Lepore because he walked over. He said, keep your head up. He beat the safety deep. Cash Parker put it on him for the 65-yard score. And Blue Springs South gets their first points of the ball game.
Man, it's amazing what a great teammate could do for your self-confidence. It's amazing what a great leader can do for your program.
Brickhouse on for the extra point, held by Cash Parker. And it's up and good. It's 14-7 Rockhurst now. We'll take another break and be back on the other side. You're watching high school football on 810varsity.com. Welcome back. A unorthodox 7-play and 59-second drive by Blue Springs South results in a 65-yard touchdown from Cash Parker to Malachi Howard. Makes it 14-7. We'll get that updated on the scoreboard as Brickhouse puts his right foot into it and drives it towards the low side of the field. Return here by Tommy Sisper, and they're going to call it a touchback where Rockhurst will come out for their fourth drive of the game, leading 14-7. It
was a line drive kick.
He was not messing around. He's like, I'm not putting it up into the whatever little wind. I mean, Old Glory over there is just sitting straight down, so there's no wind.
I like the versatility of number 11, Brickhouse, being a DB and also the kicker. Also like Cash Parker's flexibility being the quarterback and the punter. We have some athletes out here, man.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. At this level, at this level in Missouri, you got a lot of big-time players. By the way, good to see Andrew Sprague out there at left tackle. He came up gimpy last week against Ray-Pec. He is the starting left tackle for this Rockhurst offense.
He's huge.
And Ethan Hansen is looking over to the right side. A good completion, but brought down nicely over there by the corner. Trying to get the number there as well. I think that's Trey Patrick on the stop. But a good catch by Miles Carson on the first down play.
That's an excellent tackle by the corner. Well, I'm calling him a defensive back.
Sure.
Looks like he's at that safety spot. Can't really tell right now. They're not lined up. But that's a great tackle out there on the perimeter.
Yeah, to go back to Andrew Sprague, 6'8", 265, and he's a junior. So you think some schools are going to be knocking on the door of Rockhurst here pretty soon, if they've not already.
Absolutely, big-time recruit.
So Hansen's going to run the little option
here.
Hey, he's throwing it back to Toriano. Up across the 30 and a pickup of about 13 before he's driven out of bounds by Saron Felix. But a pickup of, again, 14 and a first down for Rockhurst.
The best thing about that play, your quarterback stayed on his feet.
Yep.
He didn't take a hit.
Absolutely. That's a big win, especially in this offense where Donahoe likes running the quarterback. Not a problem as long as he stays healthy. Mm-hmm. That is the key for the Rockhurst Hawklets.
Absolutely.
So far, by the way, Ethan Hansen, 6 of 8, 53 yards and a touchdown, so doing a good job throughout the air. And Micah Oder, 10 carries and 42 yards to lead the running. But Aiden Ryan is in right now, left side of Hansen for the shotgun snap. Gets the handoff right side and runs through a couple of Jag defenders for 7 yards before he's wrestled down by Will Graham.
Any coach in America takes 7 yards on first down. Great job by the Rockhurst.
100% of the time. I once had a freshman football coach step off 3 yards and a half, and he said, you gain this every play, you win a state championship.
Absolutely.
And I was like, Coach Dowdy, you dumb.
Well, you break it down to the simplest compound, the coaches tell no lie.
And a face mask penalty will tack on an extra 5 for the Hawklets. And a first down. By the way, Phil, if you ever go back and watch this, Phil Strompoli, our head referee, I mean, look at the moves on that guy. 53 years doing that same
53 years doing it. That's not his age. That's the amount of time he's done it. He's done it longer than I've been alive.
And he's doing all right.
And he's moving.
He is moving.
In the heat, too.
Ethan Hansen hands off again. Big hole into
the
secondary. Still on his feet. Aiden Ryan inside the 20. Stays on his feet. Touchdown, Rockhurst. 56 yards for Aiden Ryan.
Nifty. Oh, he's dancing out there with the feet, quick feet.
Oh, dare I say, dun-a-nut, dun-a-nut. I don't know. I mean, that was a good play.
He busts up the middle, gets through the defense, hits the outside. Couple of 1-2s, missed tackles. That's a great individual effort. Great effort up front. As you know, big plays don't happen alone. Great job all around. Way to answer.
Offensive line got him to the second level, and then he just outran and then outmoved some safeties for Blue Springs South. So a quick drive, less than 2 minutes, awaiting the extra point, is up, and it is good. It's 21-7 Rockhurst, just underway in the second quarter. Toriano, let's keep it here, brother. Like that play could be the biggest momentum shift we've seen, right? There was an interception earlier, but that is Rockhurst picks up a first down. You know, they're still 55, 56 yards away, and then boom, there goes Aiden Ryan for the 56-yard score.
When you have a team that's on the ropes like Blue Springs South was, and they come and they make a big play, and you answer, you absolutely, positively right, son. That's a big momentum shift right there, and we'll see how pivotal that drive was.
By the way, Aiden Ryan, the junior, so you're going to see him in Rockhurst Uni again next year. It's good to see because both Micah Oder and Aiden Ryan that are taking the bulk of the carries for this run-heavy offense, they're both juniors. So if you think they're good this year, just wait another year and, progression and growth and all that stuff.
You know what I like about both those running backs? They hit it, man. They're upfield. They're not playing around. They're tough, hard-nosed kids. Tough, hard-nosed kids that run hard. That's a good combination when you add speed and skill to that.
And Kukler is going to kick off again from his 40. End-over-end kick, and this one is going to be taken by Davion Stokes at his own 1. Up across the 15 to the 20, breaks some tackles, and is going to be down at 20. That's where Blue Springs South will take over for their 4th drive. So 4 drives for Rockhurst, 3 touchdowns. This will be the 4th drive and 1 touchdown for Blue Springs South so far.
Rockhurst has been very efficient. We talk about the running game, and that's their strength. You say the quarterback only had 1 incompletion so far?
2. Just 2.
Just real solid. 6 of 8 or 7 of 9? What
6 of 8.
6 of 8. Real solid. Coach will take that any day.
Absolutely. So Cash Parker, again, has his work cut out for him as he stands at zone 15 awaiting the shotgun snap. Play action, looks across and gets batted down at the line of scrimmage again.
Active.
That time, Colton Wemoff, who scored the touchdown earlier for Rockhurst, in at linebacker, knocks it down, 2nd down.
Parker kind of slings it back there a little bit, so his windup is kind of loopy.
Yeah.
And that's giving those linemen a chance to react because they're not getting back there because he's getting the ball off quick. He's just taking a long time with his delivery. See if he can tighten that up here.
Bunch trip set for Cash Parker on 2nd down. Handoff to Theodis Thomas, and that is going to be a pickup of about 3. 3rd down and somewhat manageable-ish. It's not ideal, but 3rd down and 7 coming up.
If you're Rockhurst and you're on defense and you're the coordinator, you're all about keeping everything in front. Don't go for anything crazy. Come up, make the tackle, make them punt.
Don't want to say that this is one of the bigger plays we've had earlier on in this game, but it's 21-7, 9:12 to go in the half, and South is at a 3rd down and we'll call it 6 now. Twin set, Parker rolling right.
Let's call it a huge moment.
Huge moment, and
there's that man.
Off. Bryce Middleton.
There's that man.
Only one man to beat. Cash
man.
Parker wrestles him out of bounds, but the 2nd interception for Bryce Middleton sets up Rockhurst inside the 10-yard line. Parker telegraphed and threw it, and Bryce Middleton was there for the INT.
If I'm not mistaken, that's his 2nd one.
It is indeed.
He almost had a 3rd there in the first quarter when he jumped the out route.
Yes.
Great play.
Yeah,
great
that would have been his 3rd
ball.
interception.
The kid's been watching film. He also has a great nose for the football, but that also means he's a good football player.
Well, this is a little bit different story from what Blue Springs South had last week. They were up 24-0 at halftime. This week it's trending towards they might be down multiple scores going into halftime. Rockhurst was tied last week at half and then ended up losing to Ray-Pec. It's 1st down and goal, rolling right. Hansen has a couple of options, dumps it off, and gets about 4 yards to a pickup of Vince White.
Wanted to circle back to something you said a few minutes ago before the interception, how big of a play this was coming up, and it was a big moment. And as you can see, they got an interception. They has the ball deep into the Jaguars territory. They need to capitalize on this.
No doubt.
If they can push this lead to 28-7, you take control of the ball game at that point.
It's an offset I formation, tight end left for Hansen under center.
Toss sweep.
Pitch play inside the 5, barreling forward, his second touchdown of the night. Colton Wimoff out of the backfield, and it's a 2-play, 8-yard drive to get Rockhurst up 27-7.
Student body left, student body right. Cut it upfield, get the touchdown. It's a 3-touchdown game.
All of a sudden, Rockhurst has blown this one open, awaiting the extra point.
You know a way you could have told me this was going to happen coming in.
Yep.
This is why we play the game.
Yep.
But let's keep in mind, we play 4 quarters.
Indeed. And Blue Spring South knows how to score quickly. They
Absolutely.
did it last week against Lee Summit. Who's to say they can't do it again this week? It's just this time they're not ahead. They are down 20 and awaiting 21. It's up and good. It's 28-7 Rockhurst, 8:46 to go in the half. We'll be right back. You're watching high school football on 810varsity.com. Welcome back. It is now 28-7 Rockhurst. 8:46 to go here in the half. And again, we talked about this a little bit during the break. Is Cash Parker 2 interceptions, almost a third interception. Right now he's 4 of 13, 90 yards and a touchdown. To be fair, to his credit, 3 of those balls could have been caught. But, you got to play the hand that you've been dealt, right? And so if there's drops out there, you just got to take responsibility for them. But Cash Parker having a tough game so far.
Yeah, we call that the snowball effect.
When
one thing goes wrong and another thing goes wrong, and then it snowballs.
Yeah.
They just have I hate to say they have to, or they just have to, because it's easier said than done.
Yeah.
This is a very, very, very important drive for Blue Springs South. They cannot go 3 and out.
Yep.
They cannot turn the ball over.
Yep.
They're going to demoralize that defense. And right now, they just need a big play.
Yep.
Let's see if they can get a good kickoff return here.
Yeah, 8:46 to go here in the half. Again, Jonathan Plasek alongside Toriano Porter in the booth. Faith Matthews is running the camera for us, doing a great job. End-over-end kick. It's going to be taken inside the 5. It's Davion Stokes across the 10 and tripped up at the 13-yard. But, hey, the good juju is where their starting drive started was approximately – actually, that was Rockhurst. I apologize. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. But, to be fair, Rockhurst has pinned them back deep. Their coverage team has done a really good job tonight.
I would have to say field position has been an advantage Rockhurst tonight. Good kicking game. I mentioned that before, but you're absolutely right as you drive that point home. That's a great way to start this drive for Rockhurst, just pinning them deep.
14 points in each of the first 2 quarters for Rockhurst. The lone touchdown for Blue Spring South coming here in the second, not too long ago. Cash Parker back out there with Theo Thomas to his left side. Twin set and 5 down linemen. This one's a handoff to Theo, trying to settle in a little bit, and he's going to pick up about 2.5, 3 on first down.
Yeah, I would like to see Blue Spring South be a little patient here. Use that 5'10", 5'11", 215-pound running back. We call that a battering ram.
Yeah.
Use them a little bit, slow things down. Looks like that's what they're doing. Nope, we have an injury. I'm sorry about that, guys.
Yeah, injury timeout.
But, yeah, just take your time, be patient. I know you have a fast-paced offense, and that's all good and dandy, but don't abandon that running game.
Yeah, so we have a Hawklet down. We'll see how they're doing here in just a moment. Just to give you an update, again, Cash Parker, 4 of 13, 90 yards and a touchdown. Theo Thomas, 3 carries, 14 yards. As we see, let me see if I can get the number. Connor Clifton coming off to the sideline, I believe.
You hate to see that.
Yeah, it's a big man as well, 6'3", 230, coming off to the sideline.
You'll see if Connor gets back out there here. He looks like he should be okay.
Yeah, he's walking it off. Cash Parker has a bunch trip set to the left side of him. Takes a shotgun snap, hands it off to Theo Thomas again. Sticks a foot in the ground and a good, strong hit by Tommy Coppinger.
That guy.
There he is. You like his hitting style.
Oh man. Not only can he bring the wood, he's a leader.
Well, here we go. South in the hurry up. Only 4 seconds ticked off the play clock before the snap to Cash Parker. Parker out route, caught, first down and
Davion.
more.
Oh, nice feet.
Still on his feet. Davion Stokes with the first down. And we move the chains.
Davion been trying to do some big plays all day on that kickoff return. I'm glad he got a chance to get his hands on the ball. He's got some quickness.
Yes, he does. Davion Stokes, a very, very good player last week. In their win, he had 4 receptions, 36 yards for an average of 9 yards a catch. So not too shabby. As Parker, this time a little bit slower, hands it off to that is going to be Bryce Reeves.
Nice tackle.
Who's dragged down in the backfield. I think that's John Forbush coming in from the secondary to make that tackle.
Aggressive. I like it.
Indeed aggressive. That's the right word. These guys have been tackling very well tonight. That just shows they got a lot of good practices in August. Learn how to tackle. Learn how to tackle. Be safe about it. Trip set right for Cash Parker on 2nd down and 9. Looking, throwing, tipped up in the air and caught by Malachi Howard. Intended receiver was Tommy Lepore. Instead, it turns into a 13-yard gain for the Jags and a first down.
Hey, sometimes, it pays to keep your head on the swivel, as they call it, and stay active. I'm always afraid when that ball is tipped, though, it's going to end up in the hands of the defense. Good job for Malachi.
And Parker looked directly at Bryce Middleton again. I was like, dude, you're going to give him a hat trick in the first half. Instead, it was tipped directly to Malachi Howard for the first down and 10. 6.5 to go here in the half.
Blue Spring South, they're running great routes.
Yes, they are.
The timing's off a little bit, that's all.
Hand off to Theo Thomas up the middle, and going to pick up around, we'll call it 4.5. And 2nd down and manageable.
They're on the other side of the 50. They started way back down there, about the 10. So this is a good drive. Remember, we talked about them slowing it down a little bit, trusting the running game, being a little patient. I think for what they do,
yeah, absolutely,
they've slowed it down a little bit.
This drive creeping towards the 3-minute mark, which would be their longest of the night. Weird to say. Cash Parker on the drop, steps up in the pocket, one man to beat for the first down, and gets up out of bounds. We'll call it a gain of 13 yards and a first down again for the Jags. Nice piece of running there. Broken play. That's
a positive play. Coach, he'll talk about that on film. He'll say this is the way to get your head upfield and get up there and get that first down. That's a good play.
The conditioning right now out of Blue Spring South is pretty impressive. They're trying to outrun these guys. We'll see if it pays off. Parker looking right, pumps, no go. Instead bounces off a defender. Ball comes out. And Rockhurst recovers. Deflating play as Cash Parker loses it on the fumble.
He's a little loose carrying that ball. We used to call that the 2-point contact. You got to cover that thing up when you're in traffic like that, man. Can't have it out there with like a loaf of bread, Coach said.
With 5:39 to go, Rockhurst is going to get it from their own 25. Again, it's, and maybe that respect, the bend don't break, but the third turnover for this Blue Spring South team in the first half. And we'll see how this defense, that was the longest drive again. We'll see how this defense is able to play.
Such a promising drive.
Yeah,
Such a promising drive. I mean, he had positive yards up there.
Yep.
I'd like to see Cash Parker be a little bit more protective of that football. You can't be casual in the big games like this.
It was a 10-yard gain that was spoiled by a fumble. So it's first down and 10. Ethan Hansen from the I formation.
Sudden change.
And going for the momentum ball. A duck going deep. Intercepted. Let's see the name there. Jermon Strickland coming away and taking away the first deep pass out of Rockhurst, and it's intercepted.
I love that number 14. Jermon Strickland had his head where it needed to be. He didn't get sucked up.
Yep.
Coaches love to go over the top after a turnover. He was prepared. He stayed deep. He made a play up the ball. If we had tape, we could run it back. He went up and got it at his highest point. Great job.
Did. Good play. So, I mean, to be fair, that was kind of the I'm going to end the game now by Kelly Donahoe play. Again, he's maybe okay up 21 right now, taking a shot, seeing if he can get it deep. Instead, gives up the interception, and Cash Parker right back out there, 10-second memory out of the Goldfish, and Cash Parker stands at his own 30-yard line, awaiting the snap. 5:30 to go here in the first half. Swing pass over to the left, caught. Up across the 40 to the 43-yard line is Kaysen Stevenson, and second down and short coming up for the Jags.
He got about a good 8 yards. It's a great play, positive yards. I would like to see them come back to number 3, Malachi. He's due for a big play.
You know, yeah, Rockhurst defense, by the way, they've been playing 3 shell, right? They have 3 safeties up about 12 yards off the ball. Bryce Middleton right now at the bottom of your screen is kind of shadowing maybe a man-to-man, but they have 2 high safeties over on the shallow side of the field for a second down and 2, just under 5 minutes to go in the half. Parker looking, unloading, and overthrows his intended receiver, Malachi Howard. As you said, wanted to go back to him. They took the shot.
I don't mind that. It was second down, second and short. We had a positive play, a chunk play on first down. I don't mind that at all.
And so back to the line is Howard. Howard sprints back from his deep route for a third down and 2.
Let's see if he can make a block.
So it's a handoff. Theo Thomas, first down and more. Across midfield and wrestled down again. That one there is Tommy Sisper. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. John Forbush there on the tackle.
Yeah, Forbush. Again, run the ball. Run it. Make them stop you.
4.5 to go here in the half. 28-7 Rockhurst. Parker, shotgun snap, belt high. Rolling right. Pocket did collapse. He's looking for somebody to go deep.
Oh!
Threw it into the hands of Colton Wimoff. And Wimoff with the INT, the third interception out of Cash Parker.
I would have liked to see Blue Springs South run the ball a little bit more. I would like to see them take the pressure a little bit off Cash Parker. Unbelievable, but you got to credit the Rockhurst defense. They are dropping, they're flashing, they're breaking on the ball. They're doing everything they're supposed to as a defense. This is a great example of a team that's well prepared for a ball game.
4 turnovers for Blue Springs South in the first half. Hard to come back from, but we'll see. It's 28-7. 4:16 to go here in the opening half, and they get the ball after halftime. I'm sure there will be many adjustments by Alan Wilmus and that Jags coaching staff. Hansen out of the shotgun, hands it off left side, plows over a defender, and new running back into the game is Pete Berry. Pete Berry laying it down a little early, huh?
Pete's been in the weight room.
Yes, he said get big. 5'10", 170, but
Whoa.
He brought all 170 pounds.
He brought it all 170.
A hard run for 3 yards and brings up 2nd and 7. Under 4 minutes to go in the half. And again, it is Barry shadowing Ethan Hansen now over to his left side with trips up to the top. Quarterback draw. Hansen up the middle and picks up another 4 yards.
I don't mind that play. That's a really good play. It's positive yards.
I mean, if you're Kelly Donahoe at this point, you're like, you know what? Let's drive the ball down as far as we can get it. If we score a touchdown, great. If it's a field goal, great. Go into half with either a 21 or 24-point lead.
Absolutely.
Call it good.
Absolutely. The coach is a Hall of Famer.
He
knows what he's doing.
He certainly does, doesn't he? It's unreal. Some of these coaches in this area, I mean, you guys can list them off all the way, but just unreal talent to be able to coach. Barry over to the left side of Hansen again. It's a 3rd down and 3. And
first
plows
down.
his way across the 43 for the first down. And time is ticking under 3 minutes.
Mr. Berry say, give me the rock. I might be 3rd on the depth chart, Coach, but I can run that rock too.
Pete Berry's the senior in this backfield, so he wants the ball. By the way, Hansen, Aiden Ryan, Micah Oder, all juniors, so they'll all be back. But Pete Berry, he's like, you know what, I'll take this drive.
Don't forget about me, Coach. I show up to practice every day. I'm in the weight room too, Coach.
As a senior, you got to love the enthusiasm coming out onto the field. This is his drive.
He's running hard, man. I like it.
I would doubt if we see the ball go in the air at all on this drive. Again,
shows what we know.
Color me scared. That is an incompletion to Tyler Coffin. Incomplete from Hansen. So it'll bring up 2nd down. That'll stop the clock.
I like to see Hansen get a little bit more touch on that and just drop it off, get it to his big man, and let him do the work.
He had a couple of really good throws last week against Ray-Peck. You could see the deep threat that he, his arm strength has. But instead, they've nickel and dimed it a little bit. He obviously had the interception a second ago. But not bad. I mean, Hansen so far 7 of 11.
The approach, conservative, I like it.
Yeah.
You're protecting your quarterback. He doesn't have 4 interceptions.
Correct.
You protect your quarterback. You feed the beast. You got a great offensive line. Even minus the big man. What's the big left tackle's name again?
Andrew Sprague.
Even minus him being 100%.
Yeah.
You're still dominating the line of scrimmage. You can't ask for anything better than that. I like the approach that Kelly's going with. Coach Donahoe, I should say, is going with.
So be careful
Put
now.
some respect on that man's
I'll
name.
say it's like any baseball coach ever. If you call him a coach, they're like, it's manager.
Right.
Or skip.
Right.
You gotta be careful.
It's got to be skip.
You got to be careful with baseball managers or skip. But just to recap so far, 28-7 Rockhurst, 4 turnovers in the first half for Blue Springs South. They've now looked quite as polished as they did at home last week. His defense has held its own, but to be fair, they've gotten Rockhurst in a very, very short field twice that they've scored on. So it's 28-7 and just over 2 minutes to go here in the half.
I'm what you would call a fairly optimistic guy. Glass is always half full.
I love it.
Somehow, some way, it just doesn't seem like this game is over.
Yep.
But Blue Springs South has to make a big play.
Brings a man in motion, a little option. It's Barry out of the backfield and brings, 58 there is going to be Hayden Meyer on the tackle, as well as a host of Jags, but a pickup of 2 to bring up 3rd and 8.
It's a good tackle.
Blue Springs South nursing 3 timeouts. We'll see if they decide to go with one here. It'll tick under, they'll have to snap it at about 140. So, again, quick strike offense. If you call a timeout here, if you get a stop, I'm going to imagine Rockhurst is going on 4th down. It's too far for a field goal. You don't want to punt from here. So we'll see. With 8 on the play clock, Hansen sends Barry to his left side. Takes the bell tie snap. QB draws, got some room. Inside the 20-yard line and brought down out in the secondary. I believe that was Zevin Sanchez.
This is a slowed-down version of the 2-minute offense, and I like it.
It's now ticking down into the 130 mark.
Great play. Quarterback handled the high snap, got upfield. Great job.
So they're down inside the red zone once again. By the way, 15 yards there on the pickup. Hansen again, play action.
Oh, they're going to let him throw it.
Going to square back up to the defense.
Oh, no.
Threw it and intercepted. South is still on the feet. One man to beat and dragged down. Interception by Jermon Strickland. Again, number 2, please.
Like I said, Blue Springs South is still in this ball game. They just need a big play. With their offense, who knows? Now, I don't know. They don't pay me to coach, but I might want to just go on into halftime right now.
59 seconds, 3 timeouts.
I don't know, man.
I'm going to imagine Alan Wilmus is wanting points at all costs, and yet somehow Bryce Middleton is out there. And Middleton has had himself a half. 2 interceptions, dropped a 3rd one on a very difficult one. And by the way, Colton Wemoff, if I can say, number 6 for the Rockhurst Hawklets. 2 touchdowns in the first half, 1 rushing, 1 catching, and 1 interception.
Yeah,
and
he's balling.
Yeah, he's just everywhere. So Cash Parker comes out with 59 seconds on the clock. And here we go. Gunslinging it ready. Wearing number 4. Channeling his inner Brett Favre, incomplete for Kaysen Stevenson. And it'll bring him 2nd down.
Sometimes it's okay to reset.
Sure.
Run the ball. I know you got 3 timeouts. Who cares? Reset, go to halftime, come back out. We'll see what happens here. But I don't see the momentum.
Tommy Lepore in the slot to the right. He's been targeted once. This
See?
is an outright
You see what I mean?
intercepted again. This one is Jackson Oldham for the INT, and Parker's had a have to forget.
This is what I mean when I say sometimes you just need to reset. Run it out, go to halftime, reset. Now you give Rockhurst another chance to put more points on the board.
4 interceptions and a fumble in the first half for Ethan Hansen. It's been a tough half. Tough half.
That's an understatement.
9 seconds off the clock, and Rockhurst gets it back with 2 timeouts, and now you're Kelly Donahoe, and you're like, okay, well, let's try again. Yeah. We'll see. Yeah. Hansen out of the backfield, and play action looking.
There you go.
A receiver deep, dumps it off short, and brought down there by Riley Dowler after Mitch Forbes with the catch.
That's a much better pitch and catch. That's a much better execution. You get positive yards. You get your timeout. It's all good. I like that play action. It's like a wiggle motion.
Yep.
You bring them out. You get them on the roll. You have some nice option in the flat, option downfield. Take the easy. We call that a layup. Take the easy deuce.
Yep. Move on. Yeah, I mean, 4 yards there. And Rockhurst, again, the beneficiary of 5 first-half turnovers for the Jags.
My Lord.
That's a lot of turnovers.
That's a week's worth.
And they have 7 points. So, like, that's the reality is that they scored on a drive as well. You can see the spread giveth and taketh away, right? You've talked about that.
When we're off air, feast of famine.
Yeah.
I didn't make it up.
Yeah.
That's what the spread is about. When it's working,
yeah.
It's a thing of beauty.
It's a beautiful thing.
It's like what you would call just fast break football.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
When it doesn't work,
yeah.
We call them bricks.
Yeah.
And Blue Spring South is shooting bricks right now.
Yeah.
But, again, it's a 4-quarter ball game. I just would have liked to see them just take it to the half and reset.
Yeah.
But here we go.
Yeah, I mean, your decision-making at that point looked really good. Hansen out of the shotgun again, play action.
I like
looking,
that.
Throwing deep, open against the safety, and intercepted for a touchback. Trying to get the number here. That's way, way over there. I think it's Jack Brickhouse with the INT. And, boy, we've had some turnovers in the last minute of this half.
And to add on to that, great individual effort by the defensive back. Again, I'm all about the high point. When that ball's in the air, you got just as much right to go get it as the receiver.
Absolutely.
Go high point that thing. Get that. Hey, that's a great play. You saved a touchdown. You saved your team some points. Mm-hmm. Now, Coach, can we just go to halftime, please?
He's got 3 timeouts in 35 seconds.
I'm going to stroke out up here, man, and I have no dog in the fight.
That's true. Hey, listen, to be fair, we've used a lot more words in this half than we were probably supposed to. There have been a total of 7 turnovers.
My Lord. But great individual efforts is what I like.
Indeed. I think that's actually 8 is the number on that.
And here we go.
Oh, my goodness. Incomplete. I think targeted there was Davion Stokes, but that was another close one. Blue Spring South is like holding their breath like, geez, can't we not just run the ball and go to the half? We'll see.
No fear.
Listen, Alan Williams took Park Hill South from a very bad football team to 11-1.
Absolutely.
1 game away from the state title last year.
Absolutely.
So he knows what he's doing too. Yeah. And it's going to take a little bit of growing pains, like right now in this first half, to get this South team where he wants to go. So it's Cash Parker again, handing it off. Hey, there's a handoff. Bryce Reeves to the left side, has some room across the 30, and dragged down for a first down. Clock will stop while we move the chains, and they'll try and get the guys to the line to save a timeout.
Right. We talked a lot about the Rockhurst coaching staff, but the Blue Spring South coaching staff is loaded as well.
Parker kind of flinched before that throw, half threw and then threw it to Davion Stokes for an incompletion. And we are 15 seconds away from halftime.
Little known fact, longtime Blue Spring South assistant coach Mike Fancher and I played college football together 30 years ago.
Okay. 30 of them.
30, a hot 30. 1992.
Oh, 15 seconds left in the half. I think we're going to need a break as well. Cash Parker, play action, throwing left side and
that was another drop.
And out of the hands, incomplete.
Here's another nugget.
Okay, give it to me.
Assistant coach O.J. Simpson. Not that O.J., but that O.J. Coach O.J. Simpson, he's assistant coach over there, played against this guy in semi-pro football about 15, 17 years ago.
I'm glad you're here, Toriano. You're giving me all the stories that we need. We got 11 seconds left in the half. We'll talk a lot at the half about things going on in the area as well as recap of the first half. This one, I hand off to Bryce Reeves up the middle, breaks the tackle, and we're to the 45-yard line with 5 seconds left. And you got to imagine they're going to take a timeout if they want it or they're going to the half. We'll
Finally.
see.
Oh, no, they're going to go.
No, of course they're going. No.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, time is out.
Here we go. Mercy me. Let's get to the
And
break.
we're going to halftime from Rockhurst High School. It's 28-7 Hawklets at the half. We will join you after the band performance. There's about 20-minute halftime. We'll be back with the second half action right here on 810varsity.com. Welcome back to Rockhurst High School, Severino Field, where in the first half of play we saw 8 total turnovers.
A coach's nightmare.
Coach's nightmare on both sides. I'm sure there were some fun conversations at halftime, all positives. Don't worry about it, guys. But no, Alan Wilmus for Blue Spring South and then Kelly Donahoe for Rockhurst, I'm sure had some fun words at halftime. 28-7 Rockhurst. We've seen, like we said, turnovers, but some good offense nonetheless, right?
If I'm Kelly Donahoe and I'm Rockhurst, I'm telling them to stay the course. We're going to stick with our game plan. We're going to run the ball. We're going to wiggle. We're going to play action, and we're going to swarm on defense.
Yeah.
Your coach Williams and his staff,
yeah,
you're telling your guys, hey, take care of the ball.
Yeah.
Let's do what we do and take care of the ball.
Take care of it.
If they the possession that they scored, the big play, it was right after a drop.
Yeah.
But they need more of that. They need more explosive plays. I haven't saw that explosive. That's the only explosive play we've seen so far. But it's hard to do that when you're dropping balls and you're throwing it to the other team.
Yeah. Yeah, to start with Rockhurst, 37 offensive plays, 255 yards of total offense, 194 yards of rushing yards. So that's where they're making their bread and butter is 194.
I'll take that any day of the week.
Yeah. 15 minutes of possession out of the 24. Not too shabby either. Pretty clean. Besides the interceptions, you had 3 interceptions Ethan Hansen threw away. 1 penalty for 5 yards. So far not bad.
Yeah, they're not beating themselves as far as penalties. Again, Rockhurst hasn't been clean with the ball.
Yeah.
But they've made more plays because they've been more patient.
Yeah, absolutely. And then let's go over to Blue Spring South. They're rocky first half to say the least. 5 turnovers, 4 interceptions, 1 fumble, 208 yards of total offense on 36 plays, and the majority of the yards coming through the air at 124.
And like you said, we have a first-year head coach here at Blue Spring South. Not his first year coaching, of course, but his first year at Blue Spring South. He's trying to institute his playbook and his plays and his culture. And what we're seeing right now is a little disruption with that. But it's still, we have 24 minutes of football. I still firmly believe Blue Spring South is in this football game. It's killing me.
Yeah.
The amount of turnovers that I don't even coach. I don't play. I don't do any of that. But it's killing me.
Yeah.
And I would like to see them clean it up so we can get that game that we expected.
Well, it's Blue Spring South is going to receive the second half kickoff. And so, again, if there's a big drive, this would be the one to go down and score. Cut it to a 2-score game if you can, and then see where the chips fall from that point. By the way, good crowd turnout from Blue Spring South for their 1-0 Jags.
Hey, so during the break, got a chance to get outside and pick up the vibe of what's going on outside the booth, and it's a lively crowd. Like you said, a big crowd. There's people across the track there. There's people on the home side. Great atmosphere for high school football. This is why I signed up. This is what it's all about.
Yeah, Severino Field, a special place to watch a high school football game here in the state of Missouri, as we are just about underway here in the second half. By the way, first half took about an hour and 15 minutes, so not too shabby as far as the amount of time played. Despite the turnovers, it was a fairly quick half. So we go back at it as Cash Parker. We talked about him a little bit, obviously, before the break. 7 of 23, 124 yards and a touchdown. He's going to get the ball first here in the second half.
I like Cash. I like that number he wears. I like the gunslinger's mentality. Just a little loose with the football. We'd like to see Coach protect him a little bit with the play calling. Use that battering ram you got back there a little bit more and kind of get this guy in the groove.
Yeah.
If Cash Parker gets in the groove, Blue Spring South is going to get back in this thing.
Yeah, the offense runs on Cash.
I like that.
Sorry, I've only known Toriano for literally an hour and 20 minutes, and he's rubbing off on me. So off we go here in the second half. Rockhurst, again, as Toriano alluded to, the atmosphere very, very good out here at Rockhurst tonight as, well, people like winning. You know? Like there's nothing quite like winning.
It cures all ills, my friend. All ills.
It was a tough week last week for them, so they needed this.
Absolutely. Kicking game. Let's not forget. Rockhurst has really shown themselves in the kicking game. Let's see if he can put them deep in their own territory here.
So off we go on the second half. Jonathan Plasek, Toriano Porter, and Faith Matthews coming at you on 810varsity.com, and we are underway. This one, a high end-over-end kick, is going to be taken from their own 5 up across the 25 and spun down is Mr. Brickhouse. Jack Brickhouse on the return of 22 yards.
That's decent enough.
Not bad. Not bad, indeed. So that's where Blue Spring South will take over at their own 27-yard line. And we'll get to see Cash Parker again after that halftime chat, I'm sure, where they said, take care of the football.
You know, Blue Spring South has done a lot of 3-by-1, which you know, 3 receivers, your trip side, and I would like them to see it kind of do a little different formation, messing up a little bit.
Theo Thomas on the first offensive play of the half takes it forward for 5 yards, and Thomas up to 8 carries, 41 yards on the night.
More of that.
Yeah, that's again, 24 minutes here in the second half total. We are now into the third quarter of play as Parker is in the shotgun. Hands it off to Thomas again. Makes one man miss, but not the second man. Dragged down in the backfield, tackle for loss. And I believe that there is Jeb Ketting.
Looks like he came up from the linebacker position, flying up, making a play. Yep.
Indeed. So 3rd down and 6. So early adversity here for the Jags. Again, that trip set to the far side of the field.
Let's watch Middleton here on defense, number 5.
Parker looking and going to go down for a sack. The main pressure came in from that left side by Connor Sexton.
Rockhurst is dominating at the line of scrimmage tonight.
Vince White credited with the sack there, and it's going to be a 3-and-out for the Jags. Yeah, a tough start. I mean, that defensive line really showed what they were made of on that play.
Looks like we have a flag here. Illegal substitution.
Okay. So that'll move them up 5, but still going to be 4th and 8, so they'll have to punt it away. Cash Parker, again the punter, so you never know, but deep in their own territory. 2 returners back for Rockhurst. That is Tommy Sisper and Micah Oder back deep.
So much for the advantage of getting the ball coming out of halftime. They kind of flubbed that one away.
Yeah, tough start. Oh. Almost got the punt blocked, but up and away. Taken at the 31 by Oder and brought forward of about 4 yards, and that's where Rockhurst will take over for their first possession of the second half.
Excellent coverage on the punt team. Good job by the Flyers. The guys that's outside that runs and get the man.
I was with you.
Break it down.
I was with you, Torian. Hey, that's what you're here for. You know, like color commentary, take me there, take me what it's called, because the people at home, we know football, and we hope that people at home know football, but if they don't and they're watching for the first time.
Grandma could be watching.
Absolutely, she could.
And the flyer is basically your man who's responsible for running down and getting the punt returner and keeping him from going to the house.
And well done indeed. So Ethan Hansen will come out, 8 of 14 in the first half passing, but it is going to be a handoff to Micah Oder for a pickup of 3 on first down.
Hansen started off 6 of 8. He's 2 of 6 since. I would like to see him get into a rhythm here. His team has control of this game.
Indeed.
They're doing a great job. Time to separate yourself now.
Yeah. It, I believe, is going to take a 3rd down and long to even see the ball go anywhere near the air for Rockhurst the second half.
They have control of this thing, so no need to screw that up.
Indeed. So, let's see. Ethan Hansen, again, had a good week last week as well at Ray Peck. We had a touchdown from Miles Carson last week as well. So he's in the slot at the bottom of your screen, excuse me.
Oh.
Play action, okay.
There we go.
Color me impressed. Dumps it out of the backfield. And that's going to be close to a first down for Vince White there on the reception.
Bootleg, wiggle, whatever you want to call it, play action. That's a great job by the quarterback, getting it to number 44, positive yards. We're at 3rd and short here now.
3rd and about 2 feet, maybe I think less than a yard over there on the far side. So this is where that Blue Spring South defense get back. All right, it's going to be a run. Let's get to the running back.
You give it to number 10. You let him do his thing. He's running hard.
8 men in the box for Blue Springs South. Straight
Oder.
up the middle. Oder cuts it outside.
Number
And
10.
he's got some room.
Mama, there go that
Across
man.
the 40 and inside to the 37 as Oder picks up around 18-ish yards for a first down.
Yep. Something flew in at the end there. We
Oh,
might
no
have
flag.
a personal foul. Yep. Oh, they're walking it off.
Trey Patrick on the stop.
They only gave him a 5-yard face mask.
Okay, so that'll march him another 4 yards down, and so 23 total. 5 for the penalty, 18 for the pickup. And first down and 10 from the Blue Springs South 38-yard line.
Everyone in the stadium knew who was getting the ball, and they still converted. That's a great job up front to the Hogs.
Yeah, calling the 8 men in the box, and then he just bounced it outside. That's where, yep, you're going to stop the middle run, but you can't stop the outside run. As Hansen, with the offset eye behind him, student body right,
There we
as
go.
he would call it, and over about 7 yards, that there is Aiden Ryan with his first carry of the second half.
I like that in Aiden Ryan. He's running hard. He got that, what we call a student body right toss sweep. He stuck his foot in the ground, got upfield. That Blue Springs South has not gotten a lot of tackles in the backfield.
No. Tackles for losses have been at a premium tonight for Blue Springs South.
Rockhurst is keeping the Jaguars off balance.
Yeah, they are.
They can't get settled in. They don't know what they're running.
Yeah, they've been conservative for the most part. They've had a little play action dump out of the backfield a couple of times.
Timely.
And Kelly Donahoe's going to take a timeout. Didn't like what he saw.
Nah, he didn't like what he saw.
So let's take a quick timeout. It's 28-7, 8:22 to go here in the third quarter. You're watching high school football on 810varsity.com. Welcome back. Talking during the break with Toriano here. The upcoming schedule for Rockhurst is, let's see, we got at Liberty North next week, and then versus Bentonville, Arkansas the week after. So, again, maybe this looks a little bit different than what we envisioned for tonight, but some tough games coming up, one on the road and one at home. As Hansen takes a 2nd down and 3 snap, and there's a tackle for loss. The big man in the backfield, I believe, was Jose Jenkins for a tackle for a loss.
That's great hustle, great pursuit. Going back to your point about the upcoming schedule, one of the things that Kelly Donahoe does not run from is competition.
There's plenty of it coming up.
I'm sure he knew when he signed up what he was getting himself into. This is the highest class in Missouri, and you're going to play a big boy schedule.
Indeed, and they're welcoming in Bentonville, who they lost to last year in Arkansas.
Yeah.
So, you got maybe a little revenge game coming up for that as well. So we see 3rd down and 6. This is a big play for the Blue Springs South defense. It's a handoff and going to be dragged down at the 29, maybe the original line of scrimmage. I see 58 coming out of that is Hayden Meyer, and it'll bring up 4th down and 6.
So that was a call, real safe, but I think Kelly Donahoe knew he was going to probably go for it on 4th down.
By the way, he didn't mention this yet, but Ethan Hansen's visor is really, really showing off. I mean, quarterback with a visor is pretty intimidating, right?
I love the visor, but it's the lime green shoes for me for Blue Springs South that I saw a couple of kids in right there. Number 87 he's looking really good and looking sweet out there.
So we got Luke Smith out there. If you see the lime green sneakers or cleats.
You got to make a play when you wear cleats like that, Luke.
Let's see, it's 4th and 6.
Oh,
Hansen
great
on
call.
a QB draw. Inside the 20, inside the 10.
Sweet feet.
Touchdown, Ethan Hansen from 29 yards out.
Heck of a play call by Kelly Donahoe. Quarterback is making plays with his feet. He's struggling a little bit here with his last few passes, but he's making plays with his feet. Great job, great execution. And the Hawklets are rolling.
That is very, very unfortunate if you're rooting for Blue Springs South at home. 34-7 now with 6:47 to go here in the third quarter. And Rockhurst's rushing offense has just been masterful. Seeing Kelly Donahoe at his finest in this offense. The point after is up and good. We're at 35-7. Stay with us. Blue Springs South getting the ball after the break. Welcome back. 7 plays, 62 yards, 3 minutes, 24 seconds off the clock, and Rockhurst leads 35-7.
What's the word I've been using all night to describe Rockhurst's offense? Efficient.
Efficient, indeed.
Efficient. They're not making penalties. They're not going backwards. They're not what you would call allowing penetration.
Indeed.
Total domination up front. It's time to give it up to the Hogs.
The big men up front have played a massive, massive role for this Rockhurst team tonight. By the way, just looking around the area, Lee Summit West up 28-0 on Blue Springs, the Wildcats. Obviously, our game here. Lee Summit North up 17-7 on Park Hill South, Alan Wilmus's old team.
I like Lee Summit North.
Liberty North, the number one team in the A-10 varsity top 25, tied up with their rival Liberty 7-7, so we'll keep an eye on that one.
I really like Liberty North.
Brickhouse is going to catch it in the end zone for a touchback. We go through a few more here. Ray Peck on top of Park Hill right now, 35-21. Lee Summit, the Tigers off a loss, beating Staley right now, 28-14.
They're led by my old college teammate, Coach Thomas.
Okay. See, okay, Lee Summit is?
Yes, Eric Thomas is my old tight end from Central Missouri.
And then we got Kearney on top of Fort Osage right now, 29-10. We'll keep those updated for you as we go along, as we have Cash Parker coming out with 6:47 to go in the third quarter. Parker accompanied by Reeves in the backfield, who gets the handoff and picks up 3.5 on first down. And we have, I believe, a Hocklet down. And slow to get up. Indeed, and that's one of the big men up front, I believe. Trying to get a number. I think that's Jackson Oldham, who had the interception earlier. He's down. He kind of got caught up in that pile. So we'll see what the trainers have to say there. Yeah. Let's go back to the scoreboard here for just a moment. North Kansas City up 7-6 right now against Raytown South. St. Joe action. The St. Joe Central Indians up on top of St. Joe Benton, 27-6 up north. He looks okay. He's walking off, so that's good.
Yeah, he was landing on his back flat there for a minute. I was like, oh, Lord. But he got up. I love to see when the kids get up, man. Yeah,
rolling out of the pile is not a fun thing. Trips left here for Cash Parker here on second down, and we'll call it 7. Takes the snap. 3-step drop, has some pressure, and now he's going to run.
Poof!
And tries to run through the Rockhurst defender, but a pickup of 6.
But did you see him cover up the ball this time?
Yeah, that time.
That's how you do it.
Tommy Coppinger was there to make the tackle, and yes, he wrapped up very quickly. He's like, I'm not putting another one on the turf.
That loose ball stuff, that loaf of bread stuff, I don't like it, man.
First down and 10. Parker going to the air, and did he come up with it? Yes. That's Malachi Howard on the reception for 13.
Howard and Parker seem to have a really good connection. Their timing has been a little off today, but when they've connected, man, they look good out there.
They do. And Howard has gotten over the drops he had in the first half. He had 3 of them. That kind of stunted the drives for the Jags. It's 1st and 10 from the 43. And this one is going to be another pass over to the left side. Great hit by Bryce Middleton.
Bryce.
But held on to it. Caden Stevenson, Kaysen Stevenson with the catch.
Bryce has been on it all game. I really like the way he's flying up and jumping these routes. He's playing a really good game out there at that defensive back position. Looks like an outside back or maybe a rover. Just kind of trying to tell what he does out there.
At 6'1", 180, I'm sure he's getting some looks at the next level as well.
Could be a strong safety.
This one is Theo Thomas brought down after a gain of 2. That is, let's see, Andrew Sprague on the tackle. Playing some defense.
Uh-oh. I see you, big fella. I see you now, big fella.
I did not know Sprague played defense.
You can't miss him. He's huge. I wanted does Andrew play basketball. Should have done my research on Andrew. I knew he was a D1 recruit, but I didn't see if he played basketball or not.
That's 6'8", 265.
He'd be on my basketball team.
The D end at the bottom of your screen for 3rd down and 6.
Oh.
Parker going to the air, wheel route, caught, and 1st down. That's Lepore for the first time, Tommy Lepore, and a pickup of 16 for 1st down.
That's the Blue Spring South offense I've been looking for the last 2 quarters. Pitch and catch, pitch and catch.
The wheel route looked good there. That's the first time we've seen that route out of Lepore, and wide open.
Honestly, I've been waiting for them to do something different on offense. Rockhurst is on them.
Yeah, that defense is running around. Reeves now up the middle. He's
Shifty.
got a good little
Shifty.
run of 12 and another 1st down. South looking good on the drive. This one just over 2 minutes worth, and Sprague's going to try and get to the sideline. Look at this big boy. He's trying to go. And South likes running the pace, so you can see a couple of guys coming off and on for Rockhurst. They're able to get the substitutions. 1st and 10 from the 28.
I don't think Rockhurst liked what their backup defensive linemen were doing on that one.
Parker to the air, pitch and catch again, but that time,
that's our man.
I mean, it is all over the place. Tommy Coppinger after a catch from Kason Stevenson for a pickup of 3.
Tommy is showing up on field as well.
Yeah, Tommy has played a very, very good game so far on the defensive side. Had some big hits. 2nd and 7. Parker to the air again, outside. Oh, in and out of the hands. Incomplete for Malachi Howard.
Malachi Howard. Sir, catch that ball, get upfield. Malachi, I'm watching him. He's trying to take off before he gets that ball. That's the wide receiver one-on-one. You can't run without that rock.
Yeah. I'll say he's had a couple of those tonight where he's like, I got to make a play.
Yeah, he's trying to make a play.
And indeed falls incomplete. So 3rd down and 7 from the 25 as Parker has Thomas to his left. This one's a handoff, thinking they're going on 4th, but they lost about 2.5 back to the original 1st down marker. And now a little bit of a decision. Obviously, you think you're going 4th down 28.
They're going for it. It's amazing what happens when you put your first string lineman back, defensive lineman back in there.
Yeah, when they're fresh, get a quick drink of water and back in.
Yeah. After a couple of big plays, coach was like, all right, let's get back out there.
4th down and 10 from the 28. A big play again here in the 3rd quarter. 3:30 and counting. Parker
number 5 is going to
throws
flash
down the middle and it's going to be incomplete. Turnover on downs as Parker gets hit in the backfield, and Rockhurst will come back out on top for offense.
That's good coverage out there in defensive backfield. Yep, number 23.
Ben Stringer?
Ben Stringer.
Yeah, Ben Stringer in coverage. I mean, played it pretty well. Knew not to intercept the ball either.
Hey, 4th down, all you need to do is knock that thing down. Well coached, well executed. Get you a drink of water, young man. You did a great job.
Well, I'm doing the same thing. It's just not water. It's just an energy drink.
You got to be hopped up.
At home. Calm down.
Right.
But I'm going to be hopped up. I formation for Hansen as they come back out with 3 and 27 seconds. And almost intercepted there. Well read on the screen. I believe that was 59 there, Jackson Coolidge.
That's the 2nd time tonight. It looks like Rockhurst wanted to go with a big play after the turnover. You know, we call that a sudden change of possession. Blue Spring South was on it. Yeah, they were on it.
They were on it. Yeah, that was, let's see, I think I'm seeing 55 correctly. Yep, that was 55. Carson Hinkie.
He read that screen well.
So Hansen finds himself in the shotgun on 2nd and 10. Gonna imagine this is a run play, and no, it's not.
Option.
Every single time I've been wrong on that, and he slides down for a gain of maybe 1.5. Pretty decent heads-up play to not go after him for the hit by Riley Dowler.
Looks like it was a triple option where he had the RPO, as they call it, run pass option. He kept it, got upfield for 2 yards. That's better than taking a tackle for a loss.
I'll bring up 3rd and 8. 3 minutes and counting here in the third quarter. This one's been pretty calm. 2 drives, one by each team. 3 drives. A 3-and-out, a 29-yard rushing touchdown for Hansen, and then a 11-play turnover on downs for Blue Springs South. So it's 3rd and 8 from their own 30. And this one's play action, rolling right, looking back across the body, and a good catch there by Tommy Sipper for the first down, brought down by Trey Patrick.
Good job by the receiver. Good job by the quarterback. That boot action, that wiggle action, whatever you want to call it, they've been running it all night. I like to call it the wiggle.
Yeah, I don't mind.
It's been working.
It has
been working all night.
That's their go-to play on the passing downs. They don't stretch the field very much, but that play right there has been their bread and butter for another first down.
And I was going to say, when you successfully pound the ball on the ground, you can do that.
Yeah.
You can do
Everybody thinks it's a run play, and it's not. That makes a very, very big deal. So we're seeing a late sub. Maybe he had 10 guys on the field. There's something. Somebody's throwing something. Let's throw a flag, everybody.
My quarterback's not happy. Ethan Hansen is not happy.
It is indeed a false start. Move back Rockhurst for 5 yards. And we'll try 1st and 15.
When you talk about leadership from the quarterback position, Ethan Hansen has it.
Indeed.
He has it.
Yeah, his second year as this Rockhurst starting quarterback, he seems like he's kind of coming to his own here, the transfer from Bishop Miege. Not a bad game so far. We'll give you the stats here coming up after this play as it's 1st and 15. Hand off. Nope, a quarterback read, and South has it covered up if they can get to him on the sideline.
Help him.
And he fell out of bounds, but did they throw the flag? We're good. Okay.
Nah, he's up.
So it looked like it was just the trip, but out of bounds, maybe back to the original line of scrimmage for 2nd down and 15.
When I tell you I'm an eternal optimist, whatever reason, I thought Blue Springs South bench was going to keep this quarterback on his feet. They let him hit the turf.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure that these two teams really want to help each other very much.
No.
By the way, Hansen, 10 of 17 for 82 yards, touchdown, 3 picks. And he also has 86 yards rushing for 2 touchdowns tonight.
Yep.
Does the starting quarterback.
You take away the picks, excellent game.
This one's play action, rolling right, dumping it off to the big man across midfield, and brought down very, very close to the marker. That is Mitch Forbes out of the backfield. Yeah, they're going to call it.
Looks real close.
A couple feet short.
From up here, I'll give it to him, but
Saron Felix with the stop, and it's going to be 3rd down and a foot.
Once again, excellent execution on the rollout and the play action.
Say 15 yards on the pickup or 14 yards and 2 feet for 3rd down and just inside a yard here with 1:24 to go in the third quarter.
Michael Oder up the middle.
He's calling it now. It is a handoff, this time to it was supposed to be the right, I think. He ends up going back left for the first down and a pickup of 2 for a first.
Hansen's animated. I like him.
He wanted it to be the other side. I don't know. He took the ball from the opposite direction, but got the first down nonetheless. Yeah. After they look at the chains, they move the chains.
That's one of the ones they're going to look at on tape and they're going to figure it out. And Coach Donahoe is going to tell him, son, this is on you.
Yeah. I called draw right, not draw left. I think Hansen was right on that one, but nonetheless a first down, just over a minute to go in the third. Offset eye to the left. Handoff up the middle. It is Oder again, and
the first man's not bringing him down.
Say a host of Jags needed to get him down after a pickup of 3, and that'll take us inside a minute.
Rockhurst is controlling the line of scrimmage. I'm sounding like a broken record.
Sure.
But it's the truth. But that's football.
It is.
No matter, Pee-wee, up to the pros. If you control the line of scrimmage, you control the game.
Let's see. Trey Gano, London Lewis, those are the linemen I can see. Andrew Sprague's out there as well. That offensive line has done a great job tonight, keeping Ethan Hansen clean, as well as blocking for this run game. As we'll give you the stats going into the fourth quarter, just 20 seconds away. As the offset eye once again, this one's a pitch right, and Oder
body, baby.
Oder
great tackle.
Had a very, very good chance to take that to the house, but Jack Brickhouse with the stop after a pickup of 10 and another first down.
We started off talking about Jack Brickhouse being a great tackler. He continues to bring that wood. That's a great open field tackle because our running back, student body right, he had his momentum going forward.
Just at the 10-second mark, I think Coach Kelly Donahoe is going to take this to the fourth quarter, and we will as well. It's 35-7 Rockhurst, and 4s are in the air for the Hawklets. We will be right back on 810varsity.com. Welcome back to Severino Field. Fourth quarter action about to get underway. Rockhurst with the ball and driving. They're on an 8-play drive right now. Ethan Hansen, 11 of 18, 96 yards and a touchdown. Aiden Ryan leads the team with rushing, 7 carries, 87 yards and a touchdown. But Hansen also has 86 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns. So Rockhurst and the crowd are feeling it. It's fourth quarter. Student section up and going bananas as they have a 28-point lead against Blue Springs South.
On this side of the field, you have a happy bunch. On the other side, heads are down, dejection. But you can't go out like that. You have to do something here in the fourth quarter to let your coaches know that you're going to play all 48 minutes of a football game. It's a long season. It's on week number 2. They need to make a big play.
Ethan Hansen out of the shotgun, standing at the South 38. Handoff left side, has room, and is indeed that man I was just talking about, Aiden Ryan, for a pickup of 13 and a first down.
You see number 1 up there. He's getting up a little limpy. You know why he's getting up limpy? He's out there blocking on the perimeter. The running back ran up his back. Great teamwork. He's going to come out right now, but that's a great block on the perimeter.
You know, the thing is Alan Wilmus is, again, this is his second game as the Blue Springs South head coach, and it takes a while to change culture, like it did at Park Hill South for him. So maybe it's not results right now, but it's some of these growing pains that they're having to go through with 11 and a half left in the ball game, 1st and 10 from the 20. It is again Ryan, this time brought down for a loss on the play. See if we can get the number there. 34 is Cooper Carpenter with the tackle for loss.
I've seen enough out of Blue Springs South today to understand they have a couple of ball players. They have a couple of pieces. The timing, it seemed like, was off tonight. Never got into that rhythm that we expect out of a what you would call up-tempo offense. But I like the lively arm of our quarterback, Cash Parker. I like the receiver, Howard. I like the running back, number 21. So they got some pieces.
Yeah, they have some pieces for the rest of the year. Certainly a lot to build on here in this early season. Hansen, hitch route. Spin move. Trips up at the 5-yard line.
He's down.
The turf monster got Patrick Adriano. The senior saw glory in his eyes, and he fell at the 5.
What I like about this play is one of the few just straight dropbacks we've seen tonight. No play action. Good, nice, safe throw. And then you let your playmaker make the play. Yeah. He made the first man miss, and like you say, the turf monster got him. When they watch film, he might want to duck and hide.
That was 6 points easy for Rockhurst. Instead, it'll be 1st and goal from the 3. Patrick Adriano, good on you, good catch. Almost got it. It was unfortunate feeling there. I've been there. It's not fun. But nonetheless, it is 1st down and goal from the 3. Hansen under center with Micah Oder in the backfield. Handoff right, nothing but green grass.
He's walking
Touchdown, Micah Oder from 3 yards out, and that takes it to 41-7.
This has been an excellent display of offensive football today for the Rockhurst Hawklets. Excellent display of offense.
So Oder with his first time finding the end zone tonight makes it 41-7, awaiting the extra point.
What stood out to me in this drive, the fact that Kelly Donahoe wasn't afraid to let his quarterback throw the ball. That builds confidence.
Yeah.
You got a nice 4 or 5 touchdown lead. You're controlling the game. Let him throw the ball a little bit, build his confidence up. I like that.
Point after is up and good, and it is no good. Excuse me. First time I've said that tonight. No good on the extra point. Nonetheless, it's 41-7. We'll take a break and be back on the other side of the break. You're watching high school football on 810varsity.com.
Just watching football.
Indeed, we are watching football. Welcome back to Severino Field. It's 41-7 Rockhurst. 12 plays, 72 yards, 5 minutes and 2 seconds off the clock. Another efficient drive.
It ain't looking pretty, y'all. It ain't looking pretty.
It is not. We might see some of the Rockhurst backups come in. This one's going to be taken by Davion Stokes.
Oh!
They're going to blow it dead.
That knee hit the ground. Oh, touchback.
So the touchback is taken, and we'll have South coming from their own 20-yard line. Again, we talked about this, and Blue Springs South has some games coming up here that, they should be looking forward to. You have versus Park Hill at home next week. Mm-hmm. You go to Ray Peck, where Rockhurst lost last week. Mm-hmm. Then you're at Grain Valley, notably, a program that's a division below, but small, a very, very good program. Then you got Lee Summit West, Liberty North, Blue Springs, and Liberty.
Did you see what I mean?
I mean, it's a gauntlet.
To play in this league, this conference,
mm-hmm.
They call it the gold now?
Sure.
The Suburban, the big boy conference, the Suburban. They change it on me every year. But to play in the Suburban Gold, I believe it is.
Yeah.
Don't give me the line right now, man. It's the biggest league in the Kansas City metro area. To play in that league, you're going to run the gauntlet. Yeah. You got the Lee Summit. You got the Lee Summit North. You got the West, Lee Summit West now. Ray Peck's, Liberty North. Oh, Lord, have mercy.
And then you take on Grain Valley, the division lower, and that's still not a snoozer because that's a good football team out there in Grain Valley. So it's second down and 10 minutes to go in the ball game. Theo Thomas tripped up in the backfield again. I mean, this Rockhurst defense is starting to gain some confidence. That one there, I believe, was Tommy Coppinger again in the backfield, finding his way for this defense.
Blue Springs South, Lee Summit North, Lee Summit West, Liberty North, Park Hill, and Ray Peck, all in the gold.
That's a tough conference. Yeah, it's a tough conference. And Alan Wilms has his work cut out for him at South. But he did say, like I said, in the week, is that Hanson's developing, Cash Parker's developing still, and that it's going to be a work in progress, right? This is one of the premier jobs, is what he said in Missouri, in Blue Springs South. Now he's just going to have his work cut out for him. Incomplete on third down and 10. And, I mean, you're down
34?
34 points. Why can't we just keep these things square in football? But, of course, we can't. Right. So it will be a punt situation for Blue Springs South.
And what you know is this humbles you from last week, right?
Yeah.
You come out, you win, you feel good about yourself. Now you have something to hold against the kid's head.
Yeah.
Now you have to let them know, hey, guys, if we don't bring our A game, this is what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to get spanked on Friday night.
We are human. Yeah. The thing is that if you didn't watch the film, I went back and watched it, and it was 31-27 with 5 minutes left in the game. And then there was a scoop and score, a pick six, and then a turnover on downs, and then a following touchdown. So you see 52-27, you're like, Blue Springs South blew them out. And in all reality, it was a very close game till about 5 minutes left in the game. So, let's take a peek here around the Kansas City metro area.
Let's do it.
See how some games are going on. Again, 41-7 here as we speak.
Hey, there's a game that I'm interested in. The showdown in the city, Lincoln Prep against Center. What you got for me?
Center 28, Lincoln Prep 7.
Wow.
Center up on top right now. We'll come back to some scores here in just a moment as we are ready for the fourth down punt coming from Cash Parker.
If Center holds on to that lead, they'll be the unofficial kings of the city this year.
And Parker puts the right foot into it. This one's off the side of his foot and going well towards the Rockhurst sideline and takes a Hawklip bounce. Not a great punt, and as Rockhurst will take over from the plus 42.
I tell you what, it's the snowball effect, but I'm still a fan of Cash Money Parker. He's a good ball player. He's having a tough little game tonight, but that kid has some moxie. He's going to bounce back next week.
We will certainly see so. So Lee Summit West up 28-0 on Blue Springs. Let's see. Lee Summit North on top of Park Hill South tonight, 24-7. Liberty North now, that matchup against their rival Liberty was 7-7 earlier. Now it's 34-7.
Of course it is.
Ray Peck on top of Park Hill, 42-28. And Lee Summit holding on to a 7-point lead, 28-21 over Staley. We will update you here in just a little bit. By the way, Green Valley up on top of Grandview, 43-6 out in the Valley. 9:02 here to go in this one. Pitch right, and this is a new running back. We've seen him on defense, but now we're seeing him on offense as Tommy Coppinger gets his first carry of the game. Now they're just having a little bit of fun.
And what we call it, student body right.
Oh, excuse me.
That's
that
48.
Is not 40. That is 48. That's Van Pham.
Van has a little size on him, huh?
They have him listed at 5'9", 175. That can't be right.
That kid.
We got to have
like
a discrepancy.
linebacker, yeah.
By the way, fresh quarterback in Carter Graham into the ball game.
Oh, Carter gets a nice round of applause from the fans.
All the ladies liking Carter somehow. I don't know what's going on, Carter. Here we go, offset I for Carter Graham on 2nd down and 5. It is a handoff. Good play.
Hey,
boy. Look at it work. Goodness.
Hey, and his teammates, they love it.
Oh, that is a tough run. We're
48.
calling that 48, right?
That's 48. My Lord, if he's only 170,
Tell me who he's saying, because I can't. On their roster, that's Van Pham. But that does not look like 5'9", 175. We agreement on that?
It doesn't. But
maybe that PA announcer's going to help us out. Because right now it's Van Pham.
And they have him listed as a sophomore. So maybe he is 170. He just looked real compact.
I mean, maybe he grew 30 pounds since the roster came out.
He's running hard.
He is 3rd down and 1 for Rockhurst.
Oh.
And quarterback sneak goes awry. And it's going to be a tackle for loss. That is Cooper Carpenter in the backfield for South.
That's a positive play on a grading chart. We watch film. We watch the whole thing. And we grade the whole thing. That's a positive play. That's going to get a lineman a sticker.
Indeed, it will. Well, we're down to 7 minutes and 5 seconds left to go here in the ball game. 4th and they're calling it 2 on the scoreboard, so we'll say 2 for Rockhurst. And I'm going to guess this is going to be, again, I've been wrong every time I've said this, a run play.
Yeah.
We're going to see if Carter Graham puts it in the air.
Toss sweep.
This is a toss out to the far side of the
First
field,
down.
and plenty more for the first down. That is Jose Jenkins on the stop. Von Pham. I apologize, Von Pham.
Von Pham.
I did not anticipate saying your name tonight. 5'9", 175 is not right.
Sophomore.
I'm just going to say that's not. Do you think that's 5'9", 175?
Hey, man, it's hard to tell, but the kid's running hard.
He is.
And if I'm a DB, I don't know if I want to come up and hit this kid right now, especially when it's a 34-point lead.
Von Pham. Again, deep into the bench of the Hawklets right now.
I love this. I love the fact that Coach Donahoe gets to get his guys in here because these guys have been working for all off season too. They've been working all preseason too. They get their name called in the lights. They get to come out here and they get mom and dad gets to see them get the uniform dirty because you're not going to always get this.
Yep, that's true. Not every game is going to be like this.
No.
No gain for Pham on that one.
And for our people at home, I know it's a 34-point lead, but this has been a really entertaining game. And it's been real, I guess you would say, just smooth. Take away the turnovers. It's just been a smooth, well-played game.
Carter Graham is a senior in at quarterback. This one's a fullback dive and thrown backwards. Big D tackle there for South.
It's another sticker.
I believe that was 38 on the carry, Pete Miroslaw. And I believe that was 60. Let's see if we can go deep into the chart here. Dalian Suni or Sowney.
It's a great play.
Again, we are deep into the roster, so I apologize for not getting these names properly before the game. 5 minutes to go here in this one. Again, Rockhurst going to 1-1 and Blue Springs South the same following last week. Carter, play action.
The same
dumps
boot
it off and gets first down and more inside the 15. That is 35. Gus Sorensen on the catch.
I think they run the same bootleg action all day, every day in practice. They have that thing perfected. Coach, run it again.
Yeah.
Coach, run it again.
I'll say everybody wants that illustrious touchdown here on the subs. So Sorensen will come off, and Jeb Ketting will come into the ball game. 43.
Let's go for it. Your uniform looking pretty clean there. Let's get let's get your name in the book.
Carter Graham again, the senior, behind Ethan Hansen, the junior. So
they got him at fullback. I like it.
And it's another pitch left. This time, South has it pretty well bottled up for a no gain as we tick down to 4 minutes.
Hey, when you start talking about pride now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Pride in the program, pride in your performance. Keep them out the end zone.
Yeah.
I'm going to challenge the Blue Springs South defense right now.
Yeah.
Keep these guys out the end zone.
And Cooper Carpenter came up a little bit limp on that one for South. I think he's going to be okay. He stayed in the game. But he's that middle linebacker. He's had a good game tonight. Again, as you said, South has some pieces. They just have to get them all working together on the same night as they did last week. That defense showed up well against Lee Summit.
I have no doubt the Coach Wellman's pedigree speaks for itself.
This one is Pham back into the game. One juke move inside the
touchdown?
5.
He got his touchdown.
Short.
They didn't give it to him. They didn't give it to him.
Inside the 1 as the Rockhurst bench goes crazy.
That tells me that kid is a hard worker, right?
Yeah.
When your teammates get that excited for you, that means they want you to experience something great on game day. Young man, keep working, keep running hard. Get you a touchdown.
Von Pham stays in the game.
Oh, they're going to get it to him.
You got to think at this point, you got to let the man pay it off.
What they say where I'm from, let that man eat.
3:25 to go here in the game as Pham is behind Carter Graham in the offset eye. Quarterback sneak. Carter Graham looking for the end zone and short.
Carter say, let me get my name in the box score, Coach.
Yeah. They call the QB sneak, and that goes backwards maybe a foot, and that'll bring up second down and goal.
Okay. If I'm Blue Springs South, Coach Wilmans, I'm still challenging my defense. Hey, guys, because it's going to be fourth quarter, 6-6 here at some point during the season.
Yep.
You want to make a stand. Practice now.
Yep, save the game. Yep, this is a practice moment if I've ever seen it. 2 minutes and 45 seconds to go in the ball game as Carter Graham trots under center.
All set.
And Von Pham, it's another quarterback sneak.
Carter Graham.
We're still saying no touchdown on the side. So, they are learning how to chew the clock with a 34-point lead. Bring up third down and goal.
Carter Graham. They want Carter Graham to get in that box score.
Two minutes and 15 seconds to go as it's third down and goal. By the way, some stats we'll give you here in just a moment at the conclusion of this game.
All right, Coach, it's time to give the ball to Pham and let him get his touchdown. There we go. There we go.
Von Pham reaches for the goal line and scores. The Rockhurst Hawklets, look at him. They're storming the field. This is some exciting stuff for Von Pham as he scores the touchdown. 47-7 with less than 2 minutes to go. Some excitement for the bench and a moment he will never forget. Von Pham with the 1-yard touchdown run to cap off what has been a very good performance for the Rockhurst Hawklets tonight.
Coach Donahoe just wanted to add to the suspense, right? Couple of quarterback sneaks and then get it to our sophomore running back and let him eat. Good job, number 48. You got your name in the book, son. They can never take that away from you.
A touchdown he will, no doubt, maybe have more over the course of his career as a sophomore. The big runner showing what he's made of tonight as the point after is up and good. It's 48-7 with 1:54 to go here, so we'll wrap it up here in just a moment on the other side of the break. You're watching high school football on a10varsity.com.
My deadline's like 11, so I have to rush home. And
talking to Toriano Porter here as we are – no, you're good. You're good. So we're talking about how he's typically writing right now, and now he's in the booth. Enjoyed having him tonight here with Faith Matthews as well running camera. It has been a fun night. It is 48-7 Rockhurst. Again, both these programs kind of in the same position, trying to get back to that prominence that they have had over the years, as Rockhurst is going to move to 1-1 on the year, and Blue Springs South will fall to 1-1 on the year. End over end kick short, taken at the 19-yard line. Reversing field, decent return up across the 30 to the 40, staying in bounds, and finally wrestled down at the 47-yard line. That was Peyton Osborne, I believe, with the return there.
And you know, one of the toughest things to do as a new coach in a new situation, I know Coach Donahoe has been here probably since 2019 or 2020. I know he had a COVID year that kind of messed up the program a little bit. So I think this is year number 3. But when you start talking about replacing legends
yeah,
and rebuilding the culture in the program, it takes time, man.
Absolutely.
It takes time. And as you know, Rockhurst and Blue Springs South were juggernauts.
Yeah.
Yeah. 1, 2, or 3 of those teams were going to be a state champ. Blue Springs South, or Rockhurst. It was all lined up like that. They did, but Ray Peck will get in there sometimes, and you have a team like that. But for the most part, it's just really hard to reestablish that. But we want to see it as football fans, as knowledgeable football people.
Yeah.
We want to see these teams back on top.
Parker handoff to Theo Thomas. Thomas across the 40 and brought down around the 36. Just as we have a running clock now, because over 35 points in the second half, as it's 48-7. Want to give one final shout-out to Phil Stampoli, the referee concluding his 53-year career. I'm sure he's never been happier to see the final minute of a clock go off, but a great job refereeing for so long.
Nice ball.
Cash Parker to the end zone, caught. That is Tommy Lepore for a 2-play 53-yard drive, and Blue Springs South gets another score on the board as it's now 48-13.
Goes back to a little something we were saying earlier about throwing that ball in the middle of the field.
Yeah.
Use that. That was a great route. That's something they can build on, watch film. But as far as the official, if you can see out there, he has the white hat. We like to call that the white hat. That's the guy who runs it, the referee. The white hat has done a great job tonight. I can tell why he's been in this thing 53 years. He's really astute, and his crew was really good tonight.
Yeah, to be fair, there were not a ton of penalties tonight. The extra point is up, and it is good. It is 48-14. So, yeah, to do anything for 53 years is quite impressive, and that includes a job where, to be honest, people don't really like you.
As soon as you walk into the gate, you're the automatic enemy. I don't care which team, which side of the field you're on.
Yeah.
And I'll say this. Not one time tonight did we question the call.
Indeed.
Not one time tonight did you hear the fans boo. That's a well-ran crew.
Yeah.
Kudos to Phil.
Yeah, as he rides off into retirement, you can see him, just enjoying the moment. 30 seconds left in his illustrious career. So a 36-yard touchdown play to Tommy Lepore gets South back on the board in the second half, so they didn't get shut out in either half. And again, we'll go over stats at the conclusion of this game. We'll do about a 3 or 4 minute post game and then send everybody home looking forward to next week. So 32 seconds to go. Blue Springs South now down 48-14. And Jack Brickhouse to kick it away. The line drive kick into the end zone for a touchback.
Something tells me Jack could probably play soccer if he wanted to.
He might.
That man's kicking that ball straight out the back of the end zone.
He has done it a couple times tonight, 3 times to be exact.
Hey, let me put some more respect on Brickhouse's name. I
Sure.
think we had him down for about 5 or 6 tackles. He was running that alley at safety. I like him. I'm going to keep my eye on him the rest of this year.
Yeah, you notice how after he kicked the ball off, he stayed on the field.
Only because they got the backups in. Other than that, he would be out there.
So off we go.
There's another pair of those lime green sneakers out there. Cleats, I should
Cleats,
say.
I know. I keep saying sneakers, too. To be fair, on turf,
They probably
some
could
people
be,
do
right.
sneakers. So we are down to 32 seconds, and I imagine the victory formation is in play.
There it is.
Indeed. So 32 will run off the clock as Carter Graham will take a knee, and that should do it. Coach Kelly Donahoe gets his first win of the 2022 season. Yeah, as we see,
Class.
Phil Strompoli
Pure
getting
class.
getting a couple of handshakes from the Rockhurst players as he, again, retires after this game, 53 years in the refereeing business.
He gets the
And
game ball.
Rockhurst wins this one, 48-14. Again, Rockhurst to 1-1 on the year, and Blue Springs South falling to 1-1 as well. So coming up on the schedule for Rockhurst, again, next week will be at Liberty North, number 1 team in the 8-10 varsity top 25, looking like they're going to take care of their rival, Liberty. And then you have Bentonville, Arkansas coming to town, and then at Bishop Miege, again, the Catholic Clash coming up, then versus Thomas Aquinas, and versus Blue Springs. That will get us into the first week of October. For Blue Springs South versus Park Hill next week at home, at Ray-Pec, at Grain Valley, before returning home to Lee Summit West to round out September.
Man, what a gauntlet. But this was a great game tonight. Not a lot of suspense, but a lot of action.
Yeah. Final stats, Blue Springs South quarterback Cash Parker, 12 of 31, 192 yards, 2 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Theodis Thomas led the team with 50 yards rushing on 14 carries. Malachi Howard, after the rocky start, 4 receptions, 107 yards, and a touchdown. Rockhurst Ethan Hansen, 12 of 19 for 114 yards and a touchdown. Aiden Ryan, 9 carries, 98 yards, and a touchdown. And Colton Wimoff, 2 receptions, 26 yards, and a touchdown. By the way, Hansen had 86 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns. So 3 touchdowns total, 3 interceptions total, and Rockhurst gets the win.
The story of this game, line of scrimmage. He who controls the line wins the game. Rockhurst controlled that. The turnovers hurt. You had 4 in the first half or 5? 5 in the first half. You can't put yourself behind the 8 ball. And then Ethan Hansen.
Yeah.
Dual threat tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Threat with the ball in the air, threat on the ground. Led a really balanced rushing attack. Oh, my God. They had 3 or 4 running backs running hard tonight, including
Indeed.
the quarterback. So hats off to Kelly Donahoe and his squad. Coach Alan Wilmans and his squad, I know they're going to bounce back. Like I said, I know a couple of guys on that coaching staff, so I'm rooting for them to bounce back as well. But, hey, Friday Night Lights, man, this is what it's about.
Good stuff. 302 yards rushing
I'll take that.
for Rockhurst.
Sign me up, Coach.
305 yards total for Blue Springs South. So, from Severino Field, I've been Jonathan Plasek, Toriano Porter. Great job. Appreciate the time. And Faith Matthews running the camera. So, until next time, everybody, you've been watching high school football on 810varsity.com. Have a great evening.